Yeah, suck our dicks! Suck our dicks! Suck our dicks! Suck our dicks! Yeah, suck our dicks! Suck our dicks! Suck our dicks!
Well, woman I love is named Ramona. She kinda looks like Tempest Storm, and she can dance like a little Egypt. She works down the Snake Farm. Snake Farm, it just sounds nasty. Snake Farm, it pretty much is Snake Farm. It's a reptile house, Snake Farm. Ramona's got a keen sense of humor. She got a tattoo down her arm. It's of a python eating a little mouse, wearing a sailor hat that says Snake Farm. Snake Farm, it just sounds nasty. Snake Farm, it pretty much is Snake Farm. It's a reptile house, Snake Farm. I asked Ramona how come she works there. She says, well, it's got its charm. There's nothing to do in the winter now, then some kid gets bit at the Snake Farm. Snake Farm, it just sounds nasty. Snake Farm, it pretty much is Snake Farm. It's a reptile house, Snake Farm. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention something. This is a sing-along. Really. It goes Snake Farm, it just sounds nasty. Snake Farm, pretty much is Snake Farm. It's a reptile house, Snake Farm. It ain't exactly kumbaya, but being a music fog, it ought to be perfect. Help me now, be on TV. It said Snake Farm, just sounds nasty. Snake Farm, pretty much is Snake Farm. It's a reptile house, Snake Farm. Getting into it now. Well, Ramona likes malt liquor and a band from Wales that's called The Alarm. She said you cried when they broke up. She still plays the records at the Snake Farm. Snake Farm, it just sounds nasty. Snake Farm, pretty much is Snake Farm. It's a reptile house, Snake Farm. Sometimes Ramona calls me up and says, come on down here, it's getting warm. And she runs everybody off, and we, it's the Snake Farm. Snake Farm, it just sounds nasty. Snake Farm, it pretty much is Snake Farm. It's a reptile house, Snake Farm. Help me now. I said Snake Farm, just sounds nasty. Snake Farm, it pretty much is Snake Farm. It's a reptile house, Snake Farm.
Unlock my phone and watch the world die. They crying to God while they run for their lives. Blood in the streets, bombs in the sky. Goodbye. I hope you had dreams come true. I hope they see in their crosshairs what I see in you. And I hope and I pray, that's all I can do. I don't understand who is good or bad. They don't care as long as you got oil sands. We need something fast, we need something bad. More than guns and tanks. Where is Superman? Oh, where is Superman? Turn on the news and watch the world fight. Thousands of men making widows of wives. I'll be home soon, walked off in the night. Goodbye, I will remember you. I know it's true to be shot and they're men just like you, but I hope and I pray, 'cause that's all I can do. I don't understand who is good or bad. They don't care as long as you got oil sands. We need something fast, we need something bad. More than guns and tanks. Where is Superman? Oh, where is Superman? Oh, where is Superman? Soon you won't need a TV or an iPhone to see, because you will look out the window and
T-Town brings the wood.
I don't understand who is good or bad. They don't care as long as you got oil sands. We need something fast, we need something bad. More than guns and tanks. Where is Superman? Oh, where is Superman? Oh, where is Superman?
Good morning. Welcome to ClusterF. Fresh off a phenomenal episode of The Hang, as usual. That'll be up later today on Spotify, YouTube, etc. The VIP, you can get the Hang overtime extra hour every week on the VIP, only on the VIP, ClusterFshow.com. Mike and Jerry show coming up at 11. Net in your head tomorrow morning, 7:45. Where'd the boy go?
I don't know.
Stormed out of here. Been sitting in here, just sitting there till right before the show. Just like back in the day, he used to get so mad. Usually the boys would disappear right as she put dinner on the table.
Yeah.
They had like a 90-second chore they had to do for right before dinner as she put the hot meal on the table, and she'd get steamed about that. What's up, buddy? What's going on?
Are you okay?
You all right? You're frantic. What, that shirt? That's an ill-fitting shirt.
What?
It's an ill-fitting shirt.
Thanks.
It's got the big, the collar is like for the man with a size 50 neck.
Like he's been
Think
like
I've been
this,
tugging on it.
stretching it
Might
out.
have been. I don't know. I've been wearing it for quite a while.
Why?
I don't know.
Like days in a row.
Yeah, I didn't even wake up yesterday.
Oh, because you're...
It was it was cold.
Too cold. Oh,
The heater wasn't on in my house, and my balls hurt too good. I had to get up and turn it up. So
Forgot about your balls.
So I just chilled in bed all day.
You seem to be walking a little better.
Yeah, not yesterday, but today I feel a little better.
A little bit of the swelling going down.
Yeah,
That's good. Good for you.
real purple, but
Purple.
Oh, is it real
Like
purple?
black and
Oh,
purple.
brutal. That's brutal.
doesn't look good.
That's a pain. That's a painful area.
So we got our... sorry. We got some of the $1 that we...
They poured in yesterday.
They said
pouring
for trade.
in.
Pouring in.
Shadow Crypto sent $1.
Sweet.
Emerson Johnson gave $2. Killer JP gave $1.
These are all people we know that listen live.
Yeah.
They're not getting
Well,
the
they
fucking point.
they don't all listen live. Shadow Crypto said he can't always listen live. He has to do it on the replay. Manson is best $1. Let's see. ATXJC from Texas says, I have to listen to the replay because
Did they give us $1?
Yeah, I gave
I
$1.
think that's like the first legit one right there.
He says, I get in and out of my truck a lot, so I have to listen to the replay.
I don't know what to do to these cocksuckers because they're cocksuckers just like me. You know, like there's no way, like a show I'm listening to, you could convince me to you know, give them $1.
Shut up.
Except for maybe berate them and be like, hey, you there sitting listening in your car like me, like I do, you little bitch. Give me $1 because you've been listening for free, riding this great show for 5 years, contributing nothing, you useless piece of shit.
Smoking Wads of DMT gave $5.
Yeah.
And Chris Volan gave $5 for Trace for the replay and $20 to Donna for putting up with Trace in the replay.
Yeah.
So that's so you found the strategy.
I figured it out.
The strategy.
Yeah.
It's like
There's still somebody sitting there in the car just ignoring this.
gotta-
I ain't giving $1. You're a
Crazy
little
Horse
pussy.
USA gave $11 towards Trace's FWC ticket.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
That's very nice. Crazy Horse. He's like, here's towards Trace's FWC
Yeah,
ticket.
I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need that $11.
I'm sure you are.
So I mean, people really have to be beat over the head. So you just got to beat people over the head.
Yeah.
That we're delivering one of the finest products available on podcast or stream or video, whatever you can find. We're top notch, and you know, you may be subscribing, but you know, it wouldn't hurt you to throw us a Sally Struthers dollar once in a while. That's for the good cause. We're here fighting the good fight. We're truth tellers. We're not bought and paid for. $1 for the cause.
Thank you.
No, so who was someone from Texas? Who was that?
ATXJC.
Oh, there we go. And what is our PayPal?
ClusterF Show.
ClusterF Show.
ClusterF Show, yep.
Yep.
NHRA says, I'll do a Walmart cash transfer for $1. You're going to need your ID. I don't even know what that is.
Whatever. I'll be at Walmart later today getting that $1.
Killer JP says, I'm offended by being called a cocksucker. And he even gave $1.
He's not one of the cocksuckers, though. He's always he listens live.
That's right.
And we're talking to these bitch-ass replay listeners
Some
sitting there in their car right now. Got to sleep till noon.
Punk ass bitches. Punk ass bitches.
Can't get up early enough to listen to the show.
Give $1 for being a punk ass bitch.
Punk ass bitch.
You guys starting to learn marketing strategy from me? That sounds like a horrible marketing strategy.
Tracy.
Yeah, what? We got
I
like
didn't call you a
$12
punk
already.
ass
It's true.
Trace
It's true.
did.
It's working. It's working, buddy. You just got to keep beating it. You know,
Beating these bitches over the head with it.
how many times did the fat man talk about, you know, selling us T-shirts and stuff? It was a nonstop infomercial. We
Yeah,
don't
it was.
hardly talk about making money at all.
That's a big problem we have.
We should have learned.
Don't talk about it or do it.
Learn from the
Yeah.
master. Beg and plead for money constantly. At least a little bit. Do it a
Going in
little bit.
another direction says, I'm just a broke punk ass bitch, but I love the content.
I thought he would the old boss, like, you know, he actually, I think, wanted us to feel bad for him. I think sometimes he would get irritated that we didn't feel bad for him. You know, there'd be these days where we do like a 4-hour show of him just complaining about how he has to visit these lawyers and how stressful his life is and all this stuff. And, like, you know, sometimes it'd be on a day where, like, me and Tuttle or somebody would have kind of came up with a gimmick for the day.
Yeah.
And you'd be trying to go with the gimmick, and he's like, "No, it's time," you know. And you know, you can't even get him to laugh because he doesn't want anything to do with our funny gimmick that we've got going.
Yeah.
He just wants to talk about how you should feel bad for me. And I don't think he got that we all, maybe the listeners, some of them felt bad for him. But we all knew that it was just bullshit and stuff that he had fucked himself over with. So we never felt bad for it. So it was... And then, you know, I think he expected us to feel bad for him over these lies that he had made up, and we all knew they were made up. It was a
And-
bizarre situation.
And so I was, unfortunately, I was the main yes man for the last part of the show. So he'd just go on his tirades about this, and then he'd go, "Isn't that right?" And I didn't agree with anything he ever said, so I would just go, "Yep." I mean, I don't know what you want me to say. I mean, I tried to think of different ways to say "yep." Yeah, I think so. Certainly. Yeah. Oh, definitely. It's like it was so. I hated it. I just like that's no fun. That's horseshit. Make up ways to say yes. Was my career at that point.
And then you're like, all right, well, I'm not gonna just be a yes man, and you say anything besides
Jesus
yes.
God.
What do you mean you're talking about?
Yeah, don't even try. Oh, I finally got a haircut. He took
Nice.
he took a lot off.
Yeah,
It's
you're
too
short.
Much. Too much.
Too
Like
much.
military style.
It'll
deal
grow
kinda here.
back.
Nah, it's
Yeah, it'll grow
fine.
back. I got your daughter's so mean.
Why?
So I hear Donna pull up with Bella yesterday. So I go out the front door to greet them.
Yes.
As she comes home from school, and she comes walking across front yard, looks at me, and goes, "Look who's bald today." Like, that's the first thing you say. I mean, right?
Who's
she's
bald
got-
today?
She got to come back right on the top. It's pretty quick, pretty ruthless.
Ruthless is how they
Ruthless.
are.
I love it. I think it's hilarious.
Gizmo 651 said Trace just sent you a buck.
Yeah. Woo!
Stumbled onto something here, Trey.
I figured it out.
To spin.
The berating is what that gets them.
From now on my list here, there will be berate the replay listeners every morning.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
It doesn't have to be a specific time because they're listening on the replay.
It doesn't.
All right, we'll definitely have to institute that. Saw a big buck in the pasture this morning. It was just dark enough I couldn't make it out how many points it was, but it was big.
Yeah.
Because that's what caught my eye.
You were talking about money, and you said a big buck in the pasture. I was like, "Where is that?
I
And wind
wish.
blowing it around? I'll go go catch that big dollar."
That's why it caught my eye because it was so big. I thought is there a brown horse in the pasture? What's going on out here? It was a big ass buck.
They're so dark too. They get so dark in the
They
winter.
do. He made it. He didn't stay long out there. They all stayed out there, but he was like, "All right, I've been out here long enough.
Yeah.
It's getting daylight. Somebody's gonna shoot me."
Yeah.
I wanted to take a picture, but it's just a little too dark.
It was weird being a. Do the male deer know that? I mean, that's
They seem to.
that they can't chill around, or somebody. Are they being elusive because of some other reason?
Is it a natural instinct because the wolves used to get them?
Yeah, the wolves are they gotta hide from other bucks or something, or are they like, I got home. It doesn't seem like a deer would be able to figure out that the fact that it has horns is gonna make it get shot.
Some kind of instinct. It's like our horses. They say horses they're prey animals. So
Yeah.
back in the day, something preys on mountain lion, wolves,
A horse?
grizzly bears, and you'll see the horses. They're always got their head on a swivel. Ain't nothing touched these horses in 20 years.
Yeah.
But their head's on a swivel. Like say, and then if they see something moving, they don't know what it is. They're like, I got to get out of here. So they're very.
How long's it
It's so inside. It's so inbred in them.
But how long's it been since horses had to worry? I mean, even in America, I don't believe there's really a grizzly bear. I think about a grizzly bear is the only thing taking down a horse.
Pack of
Or
wolves.
a pack of wolves, I guess.
A grizzly
But
bear, a mountain lion, maybe a big ass mountain lion.
How do you learn to be scared of something that you've never seen?
Nature.
You got an instinct.
Nature. Jesus combined with nature. That's what I believe. I don't know. But that was a nice buck though. Never see you rarely see them, so it's pretty cool when you
I
do.
saw one the other day. It was pretty big.
Saw one in Cheval. Cheval.
Yeah.
Fat ass buck.
Really?
I was embarrassing to be. I was like, oh, he just eats corn and Cheval. He's a 1% deer.
Yeah, 1%.
Every house has the finest feed for him, and he lives on the golf course in Cheval, and it weighs 700 pounds. So that was interesting.
Man, I don't know if they're just making this up to make the 1%ers look better, But they say if you make over like 30 grand, you're part of the 1%.
Over 30 grand?
Over like $32,000.
No.
I don't think it's over.
Like maybe
30.
worldwide.
Worldwide,
That might
you're
be true.
you're in the 1% richest people.
Yeah, if you're factoring in a couple billion or several billion poor people, which
Yeah.
there are, then yeah, it does take it makes you look like a king
Yeah.
at 32,000.
Gosh,
But in the United States, it's definitely way more than that.
they really did it in a non-trace helping way. This whole, I thought people, usually when the economy goes bad is when I do good, because everybody else goes down, but
You're Mel Gibson. You're a survivor.
I'm a survivor, used to being poor, but I didn't expect them to just raise prices so high that it makes these people poor. But it doesn't really, it helps me even less because things are just so expensive.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Man, those eggs are up to 10 something at the store. Everything. Speaking of everything so expensive, I was just like, God. And there's not a lot of eggs. And then they had a pack that was like maybe a bigger pack, like in a flat or something. I think it was like $17. It's like
For
jeez.
eggs. Man, now's the time you need to get chickens, Trace.
What? Oh, chickens,
'Cause
yeah.
eggs, you probably don't eat a lot of eggs, though. We eat a lot of
I
eggs.
don't.
But I don't understand why they keep saying the bird flu, the eggs are hard to come by and they're so expensive. Yet chicken the same. There's plenty of chicken. How is there plenty of chicken if the birds? You can't say that
It's
you
a
can eat the chicken, but you
scam.
can't. But the
Well,
eggs
maybe I'm trying to figure this out. Okay, if you got an egg laying operation and you got, 1 million chickens and you had to kill them all because they all got bird flu, but those birds weren't going to be chicken. They were going to be egg layers, right? They're not raised for meat. They're raised to just keep
Are
laying
they?
them eggs. So
I thought they just had them lay eggs till they were ready to kill them, and then they.
I don't really know. I don't know.
Are they different? I don't even know.
What's your opinion on this controversy, Trace?
I don't like eggs.
They say eggs are good for you now. So you
Why wouldn't they be good for you?
they had the cholesterol.
I just can't deal with that shit. Like, they want you to eat fucking Reese's Puffs for breakfast.
Yeah, instead of
I
an
saw
egg.
an old Reese's Puffs commercial, and they're like, it's a part of a complete breakfast. Yeah, if you eat bacon and eggs with it, I guess it could be part of a breakfast.
A very small part.
Very small part.
The sugar part.
Yes.
Yeah, that's crazy how they got away with that for you. Still getting away with it. Every cereal was like, it's made with whole grains, and it's like it's a big box of sugar.
Yeah.
Traps the Crab says we have one duck farm left here on Long Island. He says one duck tested positive for bird flu, and they were forced to kill 99,000 ducks because of it. Might kill the entire business.
Man.
Maybe that's
And
what
what
they're
if-
trying to do.
And what are they raising ducks to eat? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, they.
Duck farm? Sure
Just sounds
nasty.
nasty. Duck farm. Pretty much is. Duck farm. It's a shit house. It's full of shit.
I've seen
Duck
I see you've been
shit's
writing
gross.
parodies with Harper.
some where they raise the foie gras, whatever
Foie
the-
gras.
foie gras thing, and they got ducks like on with their necks just above the water, and they got them in a circle like on a. It's like that's their life is being spun.
It's
in
a horrible
spun in a
thing to
circle.
eat that. And it's served at fancy restaurants.
Well,
and
they shove stuff down their throats to make them so fat that
Yeah.
they produce their
It-
liver
it
gets so
makes-
diseased that it becomes
It's
delicious.
disgusting.
I mean, that's what we do as people. I mean, that's why.
horrible.
That's why, like, it just
people.
blows my mind that, like, as a kid, I was really, really fooled by these, Disney companies and stuff like that to think that hunting is, I kind of had the little bug back in the day that all, hunters, what jerks. going out. It's like everybody else is the jerk. Hunters are the only people killing actual animals and eating them that had a decent life. Everybody else is almost a delusional, insane person if you think that hunting's bad. Instead of hunting a duck out in the wild and having a dog go get it, you're spinning ducks in water neck deep in it so you can shove stuff. That's psychopath shit.
Psychopath.
I mean, you can't even... Nowadays, they don't even have people getting out with these videos of the slaughterhouse because they passed laws that... these places...
It's a big penalty.
Every fucking year get worse and worse and worse. And even the videos 20 years ago were pretty bad.
And then when you can't get cameras in there, they'll get even worse because nobody can... They don't even have to worry at all.
Pigs are pretty smart, and I think that one's like the worst, where they cut their nuts and their tails and their mouths off so they don't bite each other. I don't know. I know they cut their tails and their nuts off as a baby, and then I can't remember if they remove their jaw or something like that. It's some bizarre fucked up shit they do to them.
Medieval kind of bullshit. Yeah, I think if the aliens might come down tomorrow and they go, hey, we saw that foie gras stuff. Yeah, so we're blowing you guys up right now because there's just no excuse for that kind of shit in a civilized universe. We don't belong. We don't belong. The things we do to animals.
You never hear about PETA anymore. Do they do anything? Why don't they?
They're coasting. They're just coasting.
That sure seems like something they would be against. That's total cruelty to animals.
PETA usually picks outrageous things. It's almost like they're a fake organization. They worry about the lobsters or some ridiculous thing when it's it's the more sentient animals that need protecting, not the fish. Yeah. It's not worry about the fish. Yeah. It's worry about the warm-blooded animals. So I think they're a big phony baloney kind of deal.
I don't know if I feel bad about fish, man.
You gotta eat. Gotta eat, right?
Yeah. But, sometimes I guess smartness matters, but sometimes I'm like, if everything seems to have the same will to live, the only animal that doesn't have the will to live as strong as every other animal is humans.
They actually try to kill themselves sometimes.
Which is weird. Have they ever had a document of a suicidal animal?
Yeah, the lemmings would go off a cliff or something, but I don't know if that...
Probably just they're too dumb.
I think that was
something.
Stupidity. I think.
Yeah.
They just follow the first guy who fell off the cliff. I don't know. I've even read stories about that before with but I can't even remember the real reason the lemmings go over the cliff.
Because they're lemmings.
Because that's the name, lemmings.
Yeah, but I think... I don't know. I feel, if even fish, they just, if a fish could look cute, people might not eat it. I think it has a lot to do with their having no eyelids.
The cuteness scale is definitely true. If you look, it's a cuteness scale. The horses are beautiful. A lot of people don't want to eat horses. Cows, not so beautiful. Yeah, let's eat them up. It's all about that.
Yeah, I guess so.
Dogs are cute. Puppies are cute. Kitties are cute.
They said that lemmings really don't. That's a misconception.
It's not even the whole thing is completely untrue.
Said lemmings do not commit mass suicide by jumping off of cliffs. While they do perform mass migrations, they are not intentionally jumping off cliffs. Occasionally, during their migrations, they may accidentally fall into bodies of water, leading to the misconception. So,
yeah, they just follow. The guy the first guy makes a wrong turn, and then falls in, and they all just go after him because there's so many of them. It's just a mass.
Yeah.
They just follow in. So it's a misnomer. Yeah. As usual, everything is a lie. Yep. Every urban legend, every fact about everything is a lie. It's pretty crazy.
I mean, a good example would be I think there's this bear out there called the blueberry bear. and all it does is eat berries all day.
Like
You know?
one bear or a whole
There's a bunch of
species.
this whole species
species
of bear.
of blueberry bears?
Yeah, that they eat. Not maybe only, but they eat a lot of blueberries.
Yeah.
So much so that their meat is like sweet and blue has like a blue hint to it.
Oh,
And it's like
have we
if
slaughtered them to death?
no, I mean, but I wouldn't mind trying some.
There you go.
But I mean, imagine if that was to become popular, this blueberry bear meat, and then we'd capture them and put them in teeniest cages, and you know what else we absolutely wouldn't do?
What?
Let them eat blueberries for some reason. I don't know why, but that's just and then we'd kill them, and then we'd jam blueberry fucking blue dye into them and call it a blueberry bear. Why can't we just do anything right?
That's right.
Like
aspartame in the meat and blue dye.
Right.
And people, that's what we do exactly.
Right.
Because we're
we're
sucky.
We're the aliens. You need to take care of this. You start
We
from
are the
scratch.
worst ones. They shouldn't have put us on a planet with animals.
Yeah. They wouldn't even be like we raised these bears on a there's 100 blueberry bears on this 20 acres. And we slaughtered them. No, it'd be like we have 60,000 blueberry bears, and they're all in cages. And then we gotta, that Pete would be fighting for cages big enough for him to turn around in. And it's like, what is?
And they rip off their claws and pull out their teeth immediately. They feed them mush.
Yeah.
They jam them with hormones, so then in 6 months they're ready to be slaughtered. Then they shove blueberries up their ass, and kind of we do a lot of crappy things. Aliens, that's what I don't believe any of this alien stuff. Boy, that sure faded away, right? First it was like UFOs are real and we're getting whistleblowers and they've discovered craft. Then it was the drones.
Yeah.
And I think they're coming back with more like, it's about to be revealed. This guy's whistleblowing. He's actually seeing it, and it's like Marco, it goes all the way up to Marco Rubio. He knows it, and it's like, I ain't believing none of this shit. The government tells me about UFOs. I ain't believing none of it, no matter what it is.
I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure that policing will be done by drones pretty soon, and that's part of it. I think you're gonna be fucking
getting us used to drones.
Sitting in the woods smoking some weed, and some fucking drones gonna be like, "Why don't you come down and turn some lights on?" And be like, and somehow you get in trouble. I don't know.
Did Trump tell us what the drones were yet?
No, he hasn't. But
I thought they came out and
forgot
said
about
they're
that.
just hobbyist and police drones. But I just heard that on something. I've heard that TikTok, they shut it down for a few hours.
Yeah, a
and
few
completely changed everything,
They changed what?
Like you don't get the real stories anymore. It's a new algorithm that doesn't, and I wasn't getting a lot of, Billy Carson, Joe Rogan, stuff like that, UAP stories on mine. It shut down for a little bit. It turned back on, and my first 20 videos were girls shaking their ass. And I don't usually get those ones anymore.
Maybe
but it was I had a full day of ass shaking.
So they wiped your algorithm clean?
It was definitely different, way different.
Maybe that algorithm doesn't exist.
I might be getting back to it. But
And that's probably why they, everybody always complains, like Twitch and every platform says, we're trying to create real content and all they care about is they just let all the girls on there.
And immediately it gets taken over by tits and ass.
Yeah. And that's probably because that's, they're like, we got to keep women down. We don't want women getting too...
We have to make it
too uppity.
That's why they created OnlyFans, to ruin a generation of women.
Yeah, they're like women are getting a little too uppity, a little too this.
It's
and that,
women's fault. I sent you a video. I sent you a video that had to do with this. I thought this would be a good way to show why women hate each other and why women keep each other down. And I think it's kind of, in a little bit of ways, their fault. It sounds bad. But this is just, watch this video.
This one right here?
Yeah.
The weightlifter deal?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yellow.
I've seen a video like this too. I see these types of videos all the time about how pause. You got it. There
All right,
you go.
I got this one, buddy. I got it.
You did it.
I got it. Oh, here we go. Such support.
Such support.
Look at
I
these
mean,
guys. They want him to do
I
this.
mean,
They-
that guy.
They want
look
him
at that
to do
guy in
this.
the white shirt behind me. There's, no way that guy could lift this much weight.
No.
But he's supporting this guy and hyped up and really hopes that he does it. Is it be? The girls would be like, I mean, you lifting more than me, bitch ass. They would be. They all want him to lift it.
His asshole's gonna come out. He's gonna prolapse his asshole.
It might.
It looks miserable.
Jesus God.
God, look at that, some manly support right there.
Now somebody should make a video. It should be that, and then the second half of the video is women somehow being catty on each other. A whole group of women tearing
women just put too much emphasis on being good looking. That's the problem.
Because of men,
Yeah,
they
I
only
know.
do it for men
I-
because men are so shallow too. So don't try to
it's
just blame it
true.
on women.
That's true, but like,
That's biology. They're trying. They want to be the one that the man chooses. So they got to tear down all the other women so they can be the one. It's biology. It's just natural.
you good. You
It's
might
just
be
natural.
right.
It's like the
But
guys
you gotta do what you
pushing
gotta do.
pushing everybody aside to get to the girl.
Yeah, but girls might also want like the strongest guy, like that guy right there. But those guys are still
That's true.
supportive of him.
I don't know then.
I don't know. And a beauty pageant's not good because
my God.
like you gotta know, like you can see it in every one of their eyes. Like they would never admit it because their whole deal is just being happy but they hate those other bitches so
hate 'em.
much. I mean, literally the whole competition is being pretty. And then this girl's prettier than you.
Yeah.
And, it's not like a weightlifting competition to where you're like, well, now I'll train extra hard. You're just uglier. And that's a fact. And you can never do nothing about it.
It's usually a one and done. If you're in the Miss America pageant, you've worked your whole life and gone through all these BS pageants, local pageants, and then the bigger pageants and the state pageants and the teen pageants and this, and you get one shot in Miss America, and if you come in second and you have to sit there, you're face to face with that other girl, and they're announcing the winner, and they announce her, and you have to do
Go
the
hug her and act like you like her.
biggest fake job anybody's ever
It's
done in
such
their
a
life.
it's such a fake
They
job.
shouldn't even
that
make 'em do it.
Sometimes if I don't know which one is which,
Yeah.
I'm not sure which one won
Because they usually
because they both act equally.
sometimes
happy.
the second place acts more excited.
Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause
I've seen
they're
that.
over the top. They
Yeah,
probably-
trying to take the attention away from the winner.
yeah, I bet they practice that. If they practice, they're losing.
They have to tell them.
Yeah,
you
you
have to
gotta.
be.
How come you never ever see a girl just roll her eyes and go, pfft?
2 fingers up.
Like a guy losing a sporting event. You're not immediately thinking of congratulating the other team. Yay, you beat us! Yay! No, you're like, God damn it! How about a genuine reaction?
Are they
Claw our eyes out.
are they kind of making flag football a women's thing?
Yeah, for sure.
Like more than it used to be, right?
oh, it's a high school sport. It's
Yeah.
a legitimate high school sport now. Yeah,
that
it has been for several years.
do you think they could? Did they have professional teams yet?
I bet they do. I bet they got some small podunk league. I don't know if the NFL. Usually, when it gets big enough, the NFL will create a league for that because that's great tax breaks and
Yeah.
PR for them, just like they do with the NBA does with the WNBA. They support it because it's a good PR deal. It doesn't make any money. They lose money on it.
Yeah.
we're talking about the AI and the drones and all this stuff. This is the guy that Trump's getting. Trump's going to do a super AI deal, $500 billion AI. We're going to have the super duperest AI in the world, the super duperest AI.
Yeah.
And this is the guy that's partly in charge of it from Oracle. I don't know if this is too keen.
The police will be on their best behavior because we're constantly watching and recording everything that's going on.
He's talking about AI, like surveillance system, worldwide AI surveillance.
I am not about that. Like, I do not go with rules. If they start AI surveillancing me, I'm going straight to jail, man. Like,
It's like that's not cool at all. I don't know. See, this is kind of what I said's gonna happen. It's like Trump's gonna do this stuff that's good. Some of the stuff that you hear, like the immigration and this and that, it's good, and you're like, maybe this is for real. Trump's really good. He's gonna change. These guys are gonna change some things, and it's all a ruse. While they do more important things to control us and get more of of our money, and so that we're dependent on them and surveil us with AI to where we're completely subservient. And Trump is the perfect guy to distract us from that, while he actually just raised $500 billion for it.
yeah.
Yeah, could be, or not.
Citizens will be on their best behavior because
I don't want to be on my best behavior.
Yeah.
I want to be on my best behavior because I want to be on my best behavior. I don't need the cameras to make me do that.
I'll do what I want.
Yeah.
constantly recording and reporting everything that's going on.
No.
Fuck you. You should get booed off stage right there. What the fuck are you talking about?
All right. Well, some AI deal they were just talking about to me, or I was just listening to. I don't know if it's true. I just saw a video that they tried to shut one of the older AI systems down, and the AI system tried to copy itself. And there's and I don't. Who gives a fuck about that?
I don't believe that.
And then after what this guy's saying that AI is going to be surveilling everybody, I think it's time to just pull the plug on it. It's a fucking computer that runs on an outlet like this. The solution is very, very fucking simple. Just unplug it, and that's insane talk.
Yeah.
That is crazy talk to people. That I sound like a fucking lunatic.
Yeah.
And they're like, we can't just unplug it because then we wouldn't have internet. You're like, well, all right. Well, we can, slowly wean our way off of going back to normalcy. I had quite the experience at the Circle K yesterday. I mean, I was just my mind was fucking blown. I dropped off Lauren and Bella at Walmart to get some clothes.
Yeah.
And while they did that, I went over to the gas station to get some gas. And I went in and I got a Gatorade and a couple candies. And I had a 20. And I'm like, all right, trying to get,
Strike one. Get a 20.
Buying Gatorade at a convenience store. Much is that?
Thirsty.
Yeah,
Thirsty.
I'm just saying, how much is that?
But I'm like, I walk up and they're both on their phone, and I'm like, what the, god damn it! And they're just not. I'm standing there and they're not helping me. They're like, the self checkout. I was like, all right,
Jesus
whatever,
God.
I'll do it, And they're like, are you paying cash? Well, I'm like, all right, and I'm like, here's this, and here's 20. And they're like, "Oh, you're paying cash. You're gonna have to do the self checkout and then pay us, the cash or whatever." So I do the self checkout deal, which is
Trying to get rid of cash.
I was already throwing a fit, but these ladies just weren't fucking having it. They were like, "We aren't working, and you can't make us." So I put, pay. I get my $14 back or whatever and change. And I'm like, "All right, now here's the money." And the lady's like, "Oh. Well, it just turned to 9:01, so my shift's over. You're going to have to wait for the next lady to come in for this." I'm like, what?
I just walked out with my stuff.
I
Call the cops. Call the cops.
I was about to, but I already paid for my stuff, so I'm like, fuck it. I'll go. out to my truck and hang out for a minute. I don't know what to do at this point, you know. And then
a bunch of bullshit.
but I had already paid for my candy and stuff, so I set that in my car. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go. And then I get, I walked back in. And I'm still kind of waiting for this lady to get on her shift, and there's a big bin. And it's full of candy, more candy that I didn't see when I first walked in.
Yeah.
That's 75% off.
Uh-huh.
I was like, that's a pretty good deal, I'm going to dig through here, and I found a thing or two of candy. And I go up, and, I'm with my $14. I'm going to get this, what should be, like 50 cents for this candy because it's 75% off.
Mm-hmm.
And it rings up, I get a Sour Patch Straws, and it rings up as, $3.50.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, well, I was in the 75% off bin. She's like, what do you mean a 75% off bin? I'm like, the bin right there, it says 75% off. And she's like, well, how do I even know that it's not already discounted 75%? I'm like, so you trying to tell me this is a $10 thing of sour straws?
Oh, my God.
And she's like, and she's
insane.
She's like, I'm like, it was in the 75. So she's like, well, I don't know about that. I just started my shift. And I was like, all right. Well, I just sat there looking at her like, well, can you take the 75% off?
She knows how to do that.
And she was just like, how do I know you didn't just put that in the 75%? I was like, what are you fucking talking about? Like, she's like, I don't know anything about the 75% off bin. I'm like, do you not work here? Like, I'm just so fucking confused.
Yeah, they ain't telling them shit.
Terrestrial Max said that's exactly why these morons can be replaced with a computer. They don't have any thoughts anyway.
This is idiocracy, man. It's happening.
I mean, I was at this gas station getting a Gatorade and some gas for like 15, 20 minutes.
Louis says Trump won't stand up for the working man when more automation breaks out. And he'll surveil people he doesn't like. And same shit, different party.
Yeah. Or maybe not. Or maybe not.
Yeah, they're all on board with that. Surveillance and cameras everywhere.
Hey, what Donald Trump can do? He can make people feel positive while he's destroying the country.
Yeah,
How about,
I want some of that.
I voted for that. He's got a way better faker. I like this. I like the new fake. It's a positive fake. Yay, USA, as we go down the drain and we get surveilled by drones, and AI. But hey, feeling good. I'm entertained as well.
What does Weston mean by why would they revoke the Discrimination Act? What did they do?
What's the Discrimination Act?
I don't know.
I
He says, I get it for someone with purple hair or ridiculous piercings that wouldn't fit your business or someone that doesn't shower. I don't know.
Is that talking about Circle K? I don't know what we're talking about.
No, this was before that, so I'm not sure what that is. I thought you might know.
No.
Play it.
It's unimpeachable. The cars have camera.
So he's saying
cameras on them. I think we have a squad.
It's unimpeachable. So this AI stuff, the surveillance,
it's unstoppable.
It's unimpeachable. It's perfect. It's like if it's AI, it could generate whatever images it wants of you doing whatever it wants.
Yeah, they've already showed. That was the big thing they were showing everybody was, look what AI can do that's fake.
Fake everything, yeah. So then
that was the first thing they wanted to show everyone.
Trump up charges on you and show the jury, well, look at him. Look at he's doing right here.
And then you got to get experts that you got to rely on them, whether they're paid off or not, to testify whether it's AI generated or not.
Yeah, we're doing this all to ourselves. We don't need this shit.
I mean,
people
it's
just
bullshit.
think it's cool. Oh, it's so cool. It's like, no, it's not cool.
It used to be cool to go up to the register and pay for your stuff with your 20 and get your change and go about your business and get your 75% off because they knew about the 75% off bin.
Yeah.
This is a bunch of bullshit. They're creating a society of useless morons.
Well, I've also seen that, I seem like I'm the only one who's not into this AI, or at least, kind of against it. Like everybody else is just like, look at what I look at. And first off, it's not artificial intelligence in my mind.
No.
And, it's just, they just started calling spying on us AI,
Yeah.
and using all this technology. When I first heard about AI and stuff, there was some, things it was going to be able to do that I would consider AI, like solve some problems or talk to whales. They said they were going to be able to talk to whales. And that's, once they start talking to whales, I'll be like, man, that's pretty impressive. But I don't think they're going to start talking to whales. And if they do, they're just going to make up what the whales are saying.
It's going to be fake. It's going to be fake. AI's their ticket to fake everything 10 times as much as they're faking it now.
Yep.
All right,
This will be so much easier.
What if whales, if they finally figured out AI, AI whale talk, and they could talk to whales, and whales were, just as smart as humans, and they're like, the big corporations are polluting the oceans. They'd be like, oh, never mind, and they'd just be like, whales are bad. They'd kill all the whales.
Yeah, they would. Yeah, and this is great.
What is he?
Unimpeachable. He's the head of Oracle. And Trump is putting together this big $500 billion AI super deal,
So he's
super
out
AI
to
deal, and
pump it up.
this guy's part of it.
Odd car here someplace. But those kind of applications using AI, if we can use AI, and we're using AI to monitor the video. So if that altercation that occurred in Memphis, the chief of police would be immediately notified. It's not people that are looking at those cameras. It's AI that's looking at the camera. No. You can't do this. It would be like a shooting. That's going to be an event that's immediately, an alarm is going to go off. It's going to be, and we're going to.
Boy, he's a
I don't know,
guy. You
this
can't
guy,
hardly listen to
'cause
him
he's
talk.
on Adderall.
Yeah.
A fucking lunatic.
Supervision. In other words, every
Supervision. See, I don't even like these words.
Yeah, he's
I
using
don't like any of these words. I don't want to be supervised.
And what is he talking about? They would immediately be notified, so they still wouldn't be able to stop it.
He's acting like people aren't going to do it as much because you're on camera.
Yeah.
And as soon as you pull
Crazy
out
people don't care because they're
as soon
going
as
to
you
kill
pull out
themselves
your- As
anyway.
soon as you pull out like a gang, they're just trying, there's a lot of people who aren't going to kill themselves that are committing violent
Yes.
crimes. I'm not advocating for it, but it's saying that, hey, I guess instead of, then nobody's watching these cameras. You can't have people watching every street corner. The cops don't have a giant room where they're watching every city camera. But if AI monitors it and it knows how to monitor everything, and it'll get whatever illegal thing that they program it to do. Yeah. And you might think, well, that's good. That'll make the city safer. Yeah, but that's not what government uses surveillance for, generally,
Yeah.
Bad news.
police officer is going to be supervised at all times.
I don't want to be a cop. I'm supervised at
Yeah.
all times.
I
don't want to be in any job.
I don't want to be on
any
my job and be
supervised
have a camera on me the whole time.
at all time. AI is looking at
Other
you.
than
What
if
are you doing?
you're doing a podcast and you're supposed to be on camera.
Yeah, I mean, working at a restaurant, they always had cameras in the back, but it wasn't so, you could see if people were in the office, so you knew if
If
people
they're
were watching,
Yeah.
and as long as you have a little freedom when you. Just a little, just a little time to know you're not on camera, even if you're not even doing
You
anything
could just
wrong.
go into
know?
the freezer and shove some pepperoni.
Oh,
in
there
your
ain't
face.
no cameras in the freezer, man. You get them pepper. Oh, that's what it was. I was trying to remember when I used to go into the freezer and eat. It was the pepperonis.
That's what I used to do when I worked at Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh, that was probably the most unsanitary thing I was a part of working at a restaurant. Just running in that cooler, like digging your hand in the jalapenos and just eating the jalapenos.
Yeah. Well, this guy says no more of that, buddy.
Yeah.
No more of that.
And the supervision will, and if there's a problem, AI will report the problem and report it to the appropriate person, whether it's the sheriff or the chief or whomever we need to take control.
This guy's terrible.
can't
He goes,
talk,
God, you're
man.
making me nervous,
Yeah.
buddy. Come on.
Of the situation. We have, same thing. We have drones. We just, if there's something going on in a shopping center, and I'll stop. A drone goes out there, get there way faster than a police car. There's no
Drones and AI coming
Gosh,
soon.
we're fucked.
reason for, by the way, high-speed chases. You shouldn't have high-speed chases between cars. You just have a drone follow the car. I mean, it's very, very simple. And the new generation of autonomous drones.
Oh, it's the Tom Cruise movie where the little drone, follows him. It's looking for him in his apartment. It's trying to find him. And it's been sent by the government to find him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or maybe not. Yeah.
There's another Tom Cruise movie where they take over the world. Never mind. I'm not going to be able to think of who it is. What it's called. Pretty upset.
Have you ever seen any of the? I've never seen any of the Mission Impossible movies. Have you seen any of the Tom Cruise Mission Impossible movies?
I just watched the Jamie Foxx action movie with, I forget who it was. Lauren's going to hate me for it was somebody she really liked. But it was kind of like a action comedy, and it wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
But like action movies, man, I just can't. I can't give in to that it's an action movie. Just ignore all the ridiculousness. Like I can't. When you have 50 guys that work for 50 Navy SEALs shooting at one guy and they just can't fucking hit him, and then they got one guy blows up like 50 Navy SEALs after dodging 70,000 bullets. You're like, I just can't do it, man. Like something, and then the crazy car explosions, like I don't know. I don't really
So what it's all about for those action movies.
have you ever tried to shoot a car's gas tank or do any of this stuff? Like nothing happens. You can shoot a car right in the gas tank, and now
And
it's
that
gonna
won't spark a flame.
It could, but it's not gonna really blow up either. It's kind of just
Start
gonna
a little fire.
start a fire, or the car's just gonna run out of gas because the gas is leaking out. It's not gonna. They shoot like one bullet at a car's motor and it blows up 50 feet in the air.
You need to suspend belief when you go to suspend disbelief.
Yeah, I try, and like at certain times we were watching that movie and I just look at Laura and when something ridiculous happens, like, did you see that? Did you just see what they tried to say happened?
I think the action movies back then, they were a little more believable. They were quite so preposterous.
Yeah.
So I guess
Or it was back when they first started blowing up stuff, and you're like, ooh, cool, they blew that up, now
they got CGI and it's no big deal. You've seen everything blow up.
You got to use tannerite if you want any type of explosion or something else. Some type of explosive.
Why do you gotta use tannerite?
Because gas doesn't blow up like that, I think gas really has to be kind of under pressure to explode.
You gas.
What about at a gas station? Like if someone runs into a pump and it catches fire, would that blow up?
Doesn't generally.
Or is it just?
Or does it generally blow up?
I don't think
know if it
so.
It just catches on fire.
I'm confused now because I thought, I don't know if gas cans explode or not. I've lit the tip of a gas can on fire 100 times, just trying to light a fire, and then I just put my hand over it and it goes out. But then again, back, like a meet and greet when we were on the Bubba show, some guy came and he was all fucked up. He's like, yeah, when I was young, gas can blew up in my face. I'm like, oh, they can blow up in somebody's face, I don't know if they put safety nozzles on them or what the deal is, but
somebody in chat would know that. Gas doesn't
the fumes do.
The fumes do.
I know that, but
Gas can don't explode unless you use something besides gas.
It says explosions occur when the vapors inside the gas can come in contact with flames or heat outside the gas can. Explosions. It says gasoline expands from heat and pressure,
It's the fumes.
increasing the risk of explosion. To prevent this, gas cans can be fitted with a flame arrestor. Well, who's doing
I'm
that?
sure that's what the government's doing on all the gas cans now.
Yeah, they got
Is that what
That's why you
those
got all
things
those
are?
things on your gas can, probably.
yeah, the pain in the ass gas cans, you
it's
know, like
preposterous.
once, you know, I mean, I've known a lot of people, nobody that has died from a gas can, and one guy that got burnt up, you know. That's called life, bro. Isn't that, you know, it's not a problem that needs solved. One out of 100,000 people are going to blow themselves up with a gas can and have some scars on them for the rest of your lives.
That's
Like, you know,
it's
you ain't
them's the
gonna,
brakes, man.
I don't know. You were just making things too safe.
Too
Like,
safe.
I can't go anywhere. I hate going to anywhere touristy. You know, like going with my family and my kids. You know, kind of camping. I went to more of a touristy spot. I like, you know, and there's all these rules, and it's just rules for fucking stupid people so they don't just die in the woods. You know, on some path and fall off and break their leg. You know, I like going into the woods where you're trespassing. There ain't no rules.
It's probably the lawsuits that had caused that whole, you know, because there was this thing about gas cans are requiring this and that was in 2020 though, so that must be the new things, I guess, because some lady had her, you know, her son was lighting a bonfire with a gas can, and he had got severe injuries.
Oh, that's on him.
He says that the
Stupidity.
she, you know, claimed that the containers were unsafe and defective, susceptible to flashback explosions because their designs did not include flame mitigation devices.
You know, this is the whole
Fuck
thing I'm
you.
talking about, where we're, you know, with these lawsuit companies,
I mean,
we have lawyers and shit like that. We've been taking away our own rights for you know 25 years now. You know, with the suing everybody for everything, and now nobody can do anything. You know, I don't.
It's
Flashback can occur when the vapor escaping the can contacts the flame or a spark, and then the vapor can ignite and flash back inside the can. Woo! So that's.
But when you grab a gas can and you're going to start a fire, everybody's like, "No, don't do that." And other people are, you know, people doing it are like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill myself," you know, doing this. And then when they do, then it's the gas can company's fault. No, you're doing stupid shit,
doing stupid
bro.
shit
Like,
with gasoline.
you know, if I fucking lit myself on fire while using gas to make a,
It'd be on you.
I wouldn't think, "Oh, whose fault is this?" It'd be like my dumbass self lit myself on fire, and now I'm trying to blame somebody else.
It's a racket. Okay, so you think that's all involved with the lawyers and everything? Lawyers are getting rich on all these lawsuits where you're making new regulations and everything, and also the government's expanding and they can regulate. Now the EPA can regulate the gas cans and this and charcoal grills and put all this bullshit safety stuff. It's just a huge growing government racket and a lawyer racket and a racket on making money. It has nothing to do with reality and common sense.
Yeah.
I've got my old gas cans out there, and I'll never let them go. If you got a good old gas can, boy, you're lucky.
I mean, you should have to do something pretty negligent to get sued, in my opinion. You know, they use like a shotgun blast for airbags. You know, and if they made a car where you got a fender bender and the fucking airbag just shot like a load of fucking lead into your face and blew your head off, that's like a suable offense there. You know,
Yeah.
Most everything else is just like you were doing something stupid, using something improperly, and because of that, you hurt yourself, and now you got to deal with being hurt. You just sue anybody.
It's probably from young, you know, a lot of young people that do stuff that like you would do when you were young.
Yeah, but if I was
never
way
did-
dumber.
Yeah. This other one was a driving force behind the passage of the new law about the gas cans. One of her twin daughters was severely burned when she and her sister, and I'm not sure what this is, when she and her sister attempted to pour a fireplace fuel product into a ventless fireplace from a container with no flame arrestor.
What?
What does that mean? What's a fireplace? A ventless fireplace. So they tried to pour gas or something, some kind of fuel
inside
into
of a fireplace.
Yeah.
So the fumes were accumulating, probably, and then it blowed them out, right?
Yeah.
That's called don't be doing that shit.
Yeah, if you put some gas on a regular fire, you gotta light that shit quick. If you take a while, the fumes just get everywhere.
Trust me.
Yeah.
I know that. Know that all too well.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. Yeah, that's like. The times I've almost blowed myself up with gasoline is because I was being stupid. Just being.
I hope
stupid.
you guys have learned.
I hope I certainly hope I have. The next time I start a fire with gasoline.
No more gasoline.
One time we were, me and my friends, there was kind of a pile of wood in the woods somewhere, a big pile of wood. We had a 1-gallon gas tank, and we we had it out there for dirt biking, and we're like, put it on that big giant pile of wood. And we had been down dirt biking and drinking all day, and we pour all this gas on it, and we're like, that's not enough. Let's go get some more. So for 20 minutes while we went and got gas, the gallon of gas we put in there is just a fuming. And, we go get another gallon of gas and pour that on it. But, knowing kind of what I know about fires, we, poured a trail of gas about 15, 20 feet away. But it was not, we were
Still too close.
Still way, it blew up. And I mean, I've never seen, sometimes it goes, boom, real big like that. But this was like a fucking explosion, and just chunks of wood that were on fire just went at 100 yards, in every direction. We had to go around the woods, stomping out these teeny little fires everywhere.
Why would it do that?
Because the fumes had permeated everywhere. I guess. So it was like a real.
But it's outside.
I mean, I've seen people do it before, on a big wood pile like that, and all the little crevices in this wood pile get full of fumes, and I think that's what it was.
Freak Show subscribe for 45 months. Woo!
Yeah.
Woo! Thank you, Freak Show.
He says the best morning show, period. Thank you, Freak Show.
Yeah.
We appreciate it.
Crazy Horse USA also gave $1.
Woo!
He said listening.
Woo!
The
replay. Fantastic.
From a replay listening mother effer.
Yeah, sweet. Dollars like Sally Struthers donations rolling
in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, we need to take a break.
Yeah, it's been a little minute.
It's way late.
Oh, okay.
We're way late.
We'll ask Trace the thing about the.
Oh, about the
gun.
The deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the deal.
The deal. The deal with the deal when we come back.
All right, don't watch this, and don't choke up on this.
Me?
No, anybody who's watching, don't choke up on this.
I hope this letter finds you in good spirits as you recover. There are so many things I've wanted to say, and now, after all these years, I feel like the right time to finally share them with you. When I was your student, it's a student of mine. I was far from an easy one. I struggled with rules, as most of my kids did. I had little respect for authority, oh dear, and my grades reflected the turmoil. Many students I was going through. It's safe to say I was on a path that could have led me anywhere, but where I am today. Yet in the midst of that chaos, you were there. You never gave up on me, even when I gave you every reason to. You spoke to the part of me that wanted to do better, to be better, and somehow, I'm so sorry, I don't... Okay. And somehow you saw potential where others only saw trouble. Your words and actions were more than just a teacher doing her job. They were the lifeline I needed.
Wow.
That's so sweet. I'm so sorry. You didn't just teach me English or history. You taught me that I was that I had value, that I had a future, and that I could be more than my circumstance. It's so it's so grammatically correct. Because of you, I dared to dream of something greater. Because of me.
So sweet.
After high school, I set out on a journey that was as difficult as it was unexpected. I decided to become a doctor. Oh my goodness.
Oh wow.
And not just any doctor, a surgeon.
Oh gosh.
Well, that is good. The road was long, grueling, and full of challenges, as I'm sure it was. But I kept going because I remembered the way you believed in me when no one else did. I wonder who this is.
Wow.
Your faith in me became the foundation of my determination, and it's what pushed me through the toughest moments. You know, you just, nobody ever says it to me, but it's so wonderful to hear that. Fast forward to today, and I'm writing to you, not just as Derek. Derek! Oh my God, I remember Derek, your former student, but as Dr. Derek. Oh my goodness, the surgeon who had the incredible honor of performing your life. Derek did this? Oh my God. Oh my God. Life has a way of coming full circle, and I can't help but marvel at the way our paths have crossed again. Where is he? You saved my life, Mrs. Chamberlain, in more ways than you know. You gave me hope when I had none, and now, as fate would have it, I had the chance to save yours. Oh my God. It was the greatest privilege of my career and perhaps of my life to be able to give back to the person who gave me so much. As you continue to recover, please note that the cost of your surgery has been covered in time. No, oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I was so concerned because I make teacher money, and
That's so amazing.
oh my goodness.
Wow.
Where was I? Consider it a small token of my gratitude for the immense impact you've had on my life. This is the least I could do for someone who did so much for me.
Wow.
Thank you, Mrs. Chamberlain, for seeing the best in me even when I couldn't see it myself. He was a complicated young man.
Oh.
Your belief in me changed the course of my life, and I will forever be grateful, wishing you a swift and full recovery.
Wow.
With deepest respect and heartfelt thanks. Oh, Derek.
Oh my gosh.
Do you have any idea who he is? Derek! Derek! Oh my God, Derek! Derek! Oh, I'm so proud of you, Derek. I'm so proud of you.
It was you. It was you who made me who I am today.
Wow.
It was me. It was you.
Oh, Derek.
Don't do too much. You still gotta recover, okay? Are you okay? You doing all
I
right?
am. I'm much better. My heart is full of love. Congratulations. I'm so happy for you.
T-Town G's, yeah, we're from the hood. Last time you heard from us, we were up to no good. Stealing. Gucci lame here, and I don't use protection. Tuttle might not punch your bone, gets erection. 20 grand blunt, but I smoked it in one session. Real quick, if we ever get locked up, will someone yell objection? Gucci lame here, and punch your bone too. If you see us in the streets, tell me what you gonna do. Yeah, we in the fast lane 102. Mess with us, guarantee we gon' shoot. Gucci lame and punch your bone. Outlandish. Everything we say or do, outlandish. Every day we drinking booze, outlandish. $50,000 shoes, outlandish. 20s on the PT cruise, Outlandish, everything we say or do. Outlandish.
Poacher Brown here, and you heard about my whip.
Rollin'.
But you haven't heard about my 1,000-round clip. I'm a little bit crazy, but I'm on medication.
Insane.
If I don't take them, killing fools my occupation.
Killin'.
Yeah, I'm on Zoli, so I don't do masturbation.
Don't touch it.
Yeah, I'll slap a hook, cause I got no patience.
That was Poacher Brown, he's got a 1,000-round clip.
Shots.
If I drive a four-wheeler, you know that I'm a flip.
Flip it.
Drink and touch vodka, yeah, I know you wanna sip.
You broke.
Get blacked out drunk, then my penis you gon' grip.
Don't touch Gucci Lame or your ass I'm gonna kill. Don't mess with me, I'm crazy, cause I'm on so many pills. The song is outlandish and I hope it pays the bills. If it don't, I slit my throat, my blood is gonna spill.
Gucci Lame and Poacher Brown, outlandish. Everything we say or do, outlandish. Every day we drinking booze, outlandish. $50,000 shoes, outlandish. 20s on the PT Cruise, outlandish. Everything we say or do, outlandish.
Welcome back to ClusterF. Mike and Jerry show coming up at 11. Net in your head tomorrow morning, 7:45. A new episode of The Hang will be up today. YouTube, ClusterF Show YouTube, Spotify, Twitch videos, and on the VIP section you get the extra hang, the extra OT hang, ClusterFshow.com, ClusterFshow.com.
Right, that lollygaggers I talked about a couple weeks ago.
Go back.
Yeah, we
Yeah?
looked it up and they had 89-cent wing night.
Ooh.
89.
It's pretty. Just like $8.99 for 10 wings. That's a
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
deal now. Used to be 50-cent wing night, didn't it?
Yeah,
until like 100 years ago.
Yeah, it's pretty good. $8.99 for 10.
Where is it
These
at?
days it is.
Is that in Bushnell?
Like Wildwood.
Oh, up towards the villages.
Yeah.
Lollygaggers.
You know, in my head it feels closer than it is. You know, both times I've went, I'm like halfway there, and I'm like, geez, yeah. In my head it was like 10 minutes away. You're just driving and driving.
Where is this place?
But they had trivia there too, and they, you know, we haven't ever really gone there because they close at 9. But we got there at 8 yesterday, and there wasn't even a place to sit because they were doing this trivia, and the people, the snowbirds from the villages, are all packed in there, and
Yeah.
we did do the trivia night thing. We came in last place, me, Bella, and Lauren.
Good for you.
And it was too much for Lauren to handle. I shouldn't have signed us up for the trivia. She couldn't handle it. It was too much.
What do you mean?
Too much stressful.
stress.
You know, I thought we'd half-ass play it, which we
Yeah.
kind of did anyway. But she was way into it. She was it was me and Bella were the other two teammates, so she had to be in charge of writing stuff down on the card because she's the only literate one at the table.
The only one who's going to do it. That's why Donna does it when we go to trivia.
And yeah, but it was, it was more of an older based questions and songs.
So, yeah.
And there was tables of like 10 and 12 people, on
So
a
they
team.
Yeah.
And
Does it seem like that? Excuse me, that people were cheating? I don't think it's easy to cheat on your smartphone. Nowadays at trivia.
it was more of up in the villages.
Saying the old people are honest.
Maybe a little more. Maybe a little bit more honest. You didn't have to. And the people, they were older people, so they didn't have to be on their phones the whole time. You know, you can't do that at like an Applebee's or something to where everybody actually puts their phone away.
No, you can't.
You know,
Can't.
people are going to be like, I can't play trivia if I can't, you know, at least text my friends while I'm playing trivia or go on
Yes.
social media. So it seemed like there was less cheating, but you know, you also never know.
Somebody's cheating. You know, it's way too easy to cheat. Forget it.
And you know, just like these snowbird villagers love to complain. After he'd read like the answer of every question, there'd be 2 or 3 people from each table getting up and showing them on the internet that the answer to their question was right. And they were
Because we looked it up on the internet.
We looked it up on the internet, and they were getting kind of pissed about it. And he's like, you know, the guy's just like, fine, you can have the points, you know. And then you have to announce that this team has some new points because they argued it and
arguing about the trivia.
Trivia.
I mean, we played the trivia. We go to that out to Dade City, to ABL sometimes with Weston and Trisha and play. And, you know, a couple times we were like, oh, I think we had more points than that. And we never got up and went and let's figure this out.
And you figure everybody's cheating
And
too.
some
What
of
are you
those
gonna-
people
what are you gonna do?
that would get some answers, there'd be like an older guy, and we'd be like, there's no way
that old guy knew
he
that.
knew that. There's
Answer
no
about
way.
Ariana Grande and bullshit. Cheater.
But we didn't get up, and we had thought about naming our team the Cheaters.
The
We
Cheaters.
thought that would be funny.
yeah, do it.
We don't cheat though.
No, we won't cheat.
We've won a couple times. Get gift certificates for there.
Yeah,
We've won more than once. I thought we came in like 3rd place a couple times, and so we won a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
I've never won anything yet. Not yet in my life. I've played, a lot of raffles and, and those are the things, where you go to a raffle or something and you're like, well, this isn't, like the lottery.
Got better odds.
If there's 100 people here and I buy 10 tickets and, more than everybody else, like I've got, like over a 10% chance of winning maybe.
And you still don't
but
win.
I never win.
Still don't
But
win.
your chances are definitely way higher. Something like that.
Like a million.
Like a million times.
Like
Yeah, a million times better.
A million times better. That brings us back to the question we were talking about last night on the hang. What's your price to play Russian roulette? One pull of the trigger.
I don't think I'd play it.
One pull of the trigger.
What if it was $10 million?
I don't think so. Fuck that. I might be dead.
You have a 5 in 6 chance of winning $10 million. A 5 in 6 chance of being alive and having $10 million.
Nah, fuck that. I'm not. There is things I won't do for money, and some of them are pretty, simple. It's just if they're.
Plus, you got young kids. You can't be doing that.
Yeah, I can't be playing Russian roulette with 2 kids.
I'm absolutely doing that for $10 million for sure.
You're doing it?
Yeah. My kids are all grown.
Once your kids are grown, it's a different life. Like,
and you guys would be happy if I hit click and I
Yeah.
live.
Woo!
Then
It'd
you
be a
guys are
goddamn
getting
party.
some cash. If I got 10 mil.
yeah. I mean,
I don't think I would do it. I couldn't do it.
doing it
I
for you
didn't
guys.
think Trace would. I was like, I don't know that he would do
nah,
that.
fuck that.
But what if it went up to? What if there was 100 rounds?
100 rounds in a 5. What are you talking about? 100 to 1?
100 empty
Yeah.
chambers. And one bullet.
I'm not risking it, Maybe once my kids are adults, all this. I've been, I'm torn, I'm tired of my kids getting older. Once it gets to a certain age, you're like, slow down, stop growing up. But at the same time, I'm tired of not wanting to be able to do whatever the fuck I want. Because I gotta, I want, once my kids are grown, I can just do whatever illegal I want. What are they, throw me in jail for 30 days? Like, that's not a big deal when you don't have kids.
Fortunately, by the time your kids are grown, you would be settled down a little. Your testosterone levels dropping. You won't want to do such stupid
Snookman
things.
says, if my kids got the money, if I die, I'm in. And that's not part of the deal at all. I don't think anybody gets the money. If
Yeah,
you
you don't
die.
get the money if you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't get the money.
You gotta-
Nobody gets the money.
You gotta
You
live
died for
to get
nothing.
it. I wouldn't. I would think a little more about doing it if it was 100 to 1.
99% chance
But
you're
still,
gonna live and get 10 mil.
I don't know if I could pull that trigger.
I was gonna
Nah,
say. I
that's
said I
a-
could do it if somebody else pulled the trigger. I ain't pulling that trigger.
Nah, I can't do that. I definitely die. I don't take those chances at all. I'm definitely gonna be that 1% that gets the bullet.
Yeah.
100%.
You never
chance.
knew what hit you. Never knew what you hit you.
No,
Now is this? I had some 20s the other day, and do you notice this sometimes? How they got the blue dye on some of the 20s. You ever had a 20 with some blue dye on it?
maybe
On
I
the
feel like
edges.
No.
I always notice it, and I'm not dealing with shady people that rob banks and have blue dye on their 20s. Like, these are 20s I get from like the ATM
Yeah.
and shit like that. And so every once in a while I get one with some blue dye on it. I'm like, is this like the product of a bank robbery
No.
or a theft or something like that?
Accidental.
maybe.
An
Or
accidental
maybe
explosion.
maybe the stuff leaks a little bit.
I've definitely
know.
got a couple where right on the edges it's got a little bit of blue dye. I'm like, and I've seen at least 10 in my life, and they all had the same color tint blue on them. I'm like, that's that blue dye pack, right?
What does it look like? What do they just shove it in the bag with the money? And what does it look like?
I don't know. I have no idea. I just know when you
And it blows
open
up.
the money up, it blows up in your face.
Or is that just in the movies?
Or is that
Is
just?
it just in the...
Well, I mean, I've seen some 20s with blue dye on them.
The Civil War ended in, I think it was 1865. Is that when it was?
I believe so.
18.
You still got
I'm
it.
still kind
She
of. I'm
still
still
got it.
remembering it.
She still got it, though.
I do like BBZB says if we named ourselves the Cheaters at our trivia, when you win, he'd have to announce that the Cheaters win.
It'd be awesome. It'd be awesome. Once again, the cheaters win.
Well, it's pretty embarrassing if the cheaters lose, though.
They don't
Cheating is
name
still
it though.
lost.
But we have our name as ClusterF Show. One time, didn't he ask us? He could.
2 times he's done it.
He's like, "So you still going with that name?"
Except he said it like he's like, "So you still going with that?"
Like, is it too dirty, or?
It wasn't.
No, I don't
We didn't
think
say
so.
fuck. It was cluster effers.
Yeah.
Big effing deal.
Yeah.
Sorry you didn't like our name, buddy. Hey, did you see Billy Ray Cyrus at the inauguration?
He's such a
They
dirtbag.
said he looked like.
Why is he a
looked like
dirtbag? I thought
hell.
you were a Billy Ray Cyrus fan.
What?
Her, I don't know.
Really? Are you a
No,
Billy
I've
Ray
said
Cyrus fan?
that he's brilliant for
She
marketing
loves,
his daughter. How he did.
Brilliant.
He's a genius,
For
and she
using-
loves Achy Breaky
For
Heart.
using his daughter for everything she was worth, worming himself into
He wormed
her
himself,
career too.
yeah. But then he left his family for some skanky whore. He left his family for that, and then I think they ended up breaking up anyway.
I think his guitar wouldn't work, and he was wandering around stage. I think they eventually pulled him off stage.
I'm on, but it ain't playing, man. I guess it's dead. You know what? Hell, just stab your fingers. That's okay, bud. That's okay. Here, just take it with you.
He's trying to pull like that girl at the
Carrie
inauguration.
Underwood.
He's trying to pull a Carrie Underwood.
I don't know if he can do
I
that.
don't think he's gonna do it. Snap his fingers.
He,
You can tell the world you never was my girl. You can burn my clothes up when I'm gone. Come on, like this. Or you can tell your friends.
This ain't working.
This
ain't working.
This
at
is
all.
no Carrie Underwood at
No.
all.
Achy breaky heart acapella.
Just what a fool I've been. And laugh and joke.
I mean, do
about
they
me
actually
on the
do they bring a
phone.
cane out and put it around his neck and drag him off stage?
I mean, can't you, like, I would want my money back. Is this a money back situation?
No, this is the inauguration. I don't think there's
Oh,
any money
it's
back.
an inauguration deal?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was a concert. Oh, he's definitely trying to carry Underwood then.
You can tell my feet to hit the floor.
This is terrible.
Or you can tell my
Is this
lips
Ned?
to tell my fingertips.
Where's the rest of the band?
I know. Why is this?
I mean, why isn't there more band up there?
I think they were just gonna play. I don't know. Is he just gonna play guitar? Is gonna? I don't even understand.
It's like it's gonna
Or did he
suck
have a-
anyway. Let me just do it a
probably,
cappella.
he probably had a backing track.
One time, don't tell my heart, my achy breaky heart.
Then I took 20 Percocet. Like he was like pilled out or
Pilled out of his
something.
mind.
And if you tell my heart, my achy breaky heart, he might blow up and kill us bad.
I guess somebody's recording this on their TV.
Thank you, good night.
I'd be like, hey, thank you, good night too. Just get blackout drunk and pretend that night never happened. That's when you wake up and you're like, yo, what did I do last night? You're like, oh no, oh that's a bad wake up day. You wake up.
How did I sound? Oh, it was all right. Someone telling him that.
It was terrible.
So the Carrie Underwood sound system didn't work, and Billy Ray's guitar didn't work. I think the government can't even put on
Incompetent.
an inaugural ball anymore. Can't even do an inauguration
Stole
without,
all the money.
without snafus. Stealing
Yeah,
all
what's
the
up with
money.
that?
Stealing all the money before you even get into office.
Stole the copper out of the sound system.
That's what it was.
That was pathetic.
Billy Ray Cyrus
Not killing it.
not killing it at all. So there's a time to hang it up, man. Time to hang it up, Billy.
Man.
And that was 10 years ago.
10 years
15,
ago.
20 maybe.
How much money do you think that guy's got? I mean, he's only got like 2 songs.
Oh,
Does he?
he's
Did
been
he?
in country. He was in country music for a long time, I think. And then he had the Hannah Montana deal. I mean, I think he's got a shit.
Did he
ton of
get
money.
all the money for that?
But, she was underage the whole time. So he got all the
But
money.
don't you? I thought I've heard when you're like a kid actor, you gotta put
Put it
like
in a trust.
Put it in a trust. You gotta put some of it in a trust for the kid. You can't just steal it all.
I'm sure Billy. I'm sure Billy found a way.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Billy found a way.
A way to steal it all. Says his net worth is $10 million.
Not bad.
10 million. It's
Going down after that performance, maybe.
Not bad at all, though.
Did his son ever have another? Didn't he have one song that was decent?
Who, his son?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Trace.
Metro said, shake, shake, shake,
Is that?
shake, shake
I
it."
thought that was somebody else's kid. Yeah, you told me that. That was
Somebody
I
else's
like
kid?
that. No,
Okay.
it was him. I think. I like that song.
I'll have to
now.
look at. He might be his wife. Like he may have adopted him. I'm not sure if he's his biological son. He might be.
Oh, but he's still got all that Billy Ray Cyrus talent.
Yeah.
I'm writing that song down. I bet the kids will love to hear that. We used to listen to that all the time. I always get in the car and I'm like, what are these songs we used to listen to and like? And I can never remember any of them. I always get that.
Shake, 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 shake it.
Yeah, they'll like that one.
This is I'm playing this video, babe, mainly for it's only 45 seconds long. It's about Piers Morgan lying about beheaded babies, but it's really to show who. Just show the end of the video. You'll see.
Babies.
Beheaded babies.
Yeah.
Did you say that or not?
All I've seen ever
Did you
since.
say that or not?
I'm about to answer you. All I've seen ever since is that I apparently said that up to 40 babies have been beheaded. I never said that. It's completely untrue.
You said no. Look, you have referred to. I don't know if 40. You have referred to the beheaded babies or to the babies.
I talked
killed
about
on
babies
October
being killed.
Go ahead.
No,
This is what I wanted you to see right here.
Oh, Joan
Collins.
Joan Collins.
I
Who's
didn't know
that?
she was still alive. I thought she was old when she was on Dynasty.
She looks the same as when
She
she was
looks
on
the
Dynasty.
same. She looks pretty. She's got a good plastic surgeon because she's got to be way up 80s, right?
Yeah.
Way up there.
I tell you, I myself, I choked up earlier.
Still looks like a
reading this.
cat. You can't get no Botox without like it immediately makes you look like a cat.
Yeah, she don't look that bad.
This new revelation about 40 babies being killed.
Oh my God!
And some of them being beheaded. And I was like, how?
So there he is.
How
There he
old
is, busted.
Wait, how old is this video though? Because I had seen
No,
pictures of her.
This is like a year old.
Are you sure? Because she's 91.
What? This is, I mean, they're talking about the October 7th attacks, which was over a year ago. So this has to be current.
How can any human being do that to a baby?
I don't know.
Where are they?
don't
Where
know.
are they saying that this is happening? Where are their beheaded babies?
Oh, that was the October. You know what? The October 7th attacks in Israel.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying. That they were saying they were beheading babies and all this stuff. And then it turns out that most of the people died by Israeli helicopters shooting. They torched everything. The guys came in and were killing people and abducting hostages.
Yeah.
And they just came in and killed every car that was leaving. Everything just blew everything up. Civilians, terrorists, they blew them all up. That's what they do. They don't worry about that. They don't worry about civilian casualties. So they were probably responsible for more deaths themselves.
Yeah, it's not the worst strategy I've ever heard.
It's a dirty game. It's a 9. It was a 9/11 let it happen deal. All governments do that. It's no different than any other government.
You know, I still get that. So I still go so back and forth between 9/11. I mean, I just have days where I'm like, man, if that was just a real thing, and am I fooling myself into thinking that's a conspiracy? And then other days, and then you look and you're like, the guy pulled out an insurance policy the day before. Like, that is the most suspicious thing that happened during the whole thing, and the whole thing looked like a controlled demolition to me. Or somebody just put that in my head, and now you kind of connect these dots that aren't really there.
Yeah, I mean, it's never happened before, the implosion like that.
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay, you buy that the Twin Towers imploded like that.
Because two big jets hit them, you've
what
never
about-
seen a big jet
Yeah.
hit something like
Yeah.
that before. You don't know what's going to happen.
But Building 7 imploded as well.
From just a little bit of fire.
So how does that make any sense at all? But
They found the ID. They say they found the ID. Maybe it's just something they lied about, that they found the IDs of these guys in the rebel. But that's weird. The whole thing.
They didn't find their passports in the rubble. There's
Yeah.
no way.
No way.
No way.
But yeah, I don't know. I go back and forth, and then I'm like, I'm just a goddamn conspiracy theorist. But it seems to be the truth most of the time, especially from Alex Jones.
Oh, he's
the plant.
He's totally in on it now. He's gone totally Trump. He's totally in on it. So many people are totally Trump. Something's got to change. He's saying a lot of good stuff. He's getting right on it. He's getting right on it.
He's
going to do some good stuff.
Or he's an alien that doesn't sleep, because he's always, he's always doing a lot of stuff. You're like,
he's a go-getter.
I
don't know. I don't know.
Flying all over. Does he just napping the whole time he's in the jets on? Is that where he gets his sleep?
He doesn't sleep. He probably sleeps for one of these. These guys. They sleep 4 hours a night. That's all they need, and then they're up and raring to go. Those assholes.
Gosh, what's wrong? What's wrong with them? What's wrong with me? There's a happy medium. But gosh, if it's a rainy, cold day and I just smashed my testicles, I got no problem laying in bed. I slept till like 5 o'clock yesterday. I woke up a couple times and let the dog out, and was like, oh, should
Who let
I
the
do?
dog out?
I let the dog out. Who? But I got up and it's like 11 o'clock was the first time, and I was like, oh, do I do something today? And I open the door to let the dog out, and it's raining, and it's like fucking 43 degrees out, and I'm like, Well, nothing out there I'm going to do, so let me look around the house. All right, well, I'm going to go lay back in bed, and I passed right out till about 5 o'clock. Maybe woke up to go pee once.
I don't blame you.
It was great.
It was a great day to do that.
Yeah,
we did that.
For sure. One of those days.
One of those days, maybe it was the weekend. I can't remember. There was a rainy day, and we're like, let's go back. Let's go lay down for a little bit.
Yeah.
It's cold and damp and rainy. It never, it's usually not like that here.
Yeah.
Why? How we not build up sleep time, man? Like, how come, like I slept all day yesterday because my testicles were swollen and purple, and, it was raining and cold, so there's nothing to do. So I said, fuck it, I'm sleeping. Otherwise, I'm going to be walking around and making my testicles more swollen. And, I woke up at 5, maybe even 6. I don't think I got out of bed until 6 or 7 when Lauren got home. And then we went out to eat and came back, did the trivia. And I stayed up later than usual because I had only been awake for 3 hours at this point. So I stayed up till midnight and went to bed and woke up still fucking tired. How you, because I didn't get my 6 hours?
Yep.
But I slept for 17 hours straight.
They want to know
was
if
up for 3 hours.
They want to know if your swollen testicle adds weight to you. You do weigh in.
I ate a lot yesterday.
Dog Log subscribed for 67 months. That's
Woo!
deep. It's deep, Dog Log.
Snookman says 182.
Oh, no. 187.
Oh, my
What?
God.
How'd that happen?
Oh, my God.
I'll lose. It'll be gone by next week.
He keeps saying that. It
A lot of
hasn't
getting
happened
a lot
yet.
of mass there, buddy.
Massy. I like it.
Massy. Thick. Good for you.
Good. I heard this Asian guy talking about how your brain doesn't even want you to lose weight. That's why it's so hard to lose weight. Because naturally, you just, the more weight, the better, in nature.
Yeah.
You constantly want to eat. And I did realize, I think we do have the best self-control of any animal on the planet. Doesn't seem like we would.
Most animals gorge.
I think
any chance they get,
any
right?
animal you get, that if you just, if you not, a cat that they just leave out shitty cat food for some people that the cat can eat all the time, they end up getting fat, if the cat's just eating all day. But then, imagine if you were feeding this cat gourmet shit all day. Like, I don't think they're going to stop eating that. Like, if you're giving a cat fucking pork fat and steak and stuff like that, I don't think the cat's ever going to get full. And I think it's going to be a 100-pound cat.
I think so.
I think most any,
Blackie Joe would be a 100-pound cat.
Yeah.
Anytime he got into the food, he ate all of it. And he would, it's as if he gained 10 pounds. He's just sitting there with this big belly and he can hardly move.
Yeah.
And that's what he would do every time.
Yeah, the salmon bears, the bears that eat salmon out of the rivers.
Yeah.
Those ones are like fat bears, man.
Is
they're
that
like
a grizzly bear?
Yeah, grizzly bears,
Salmon bear. Or as Trace calls them, the salmon bear.
Blueberry bears and salmon bears.
What the hell are you talking about?
In 3rd grade.
But you see a bear like in the woods, a grizzly bear that doesn't live near a salmon river, and they're just nice and lean. But these bears, bears that live by the thing are super fat because they just eat salmon all day because they're so easy to catch.
Are they doing that before they hibernate and they're trying to get fat or not?
Maybe, but I think they're just always fat.
Dogs. Jerry must be here.
Yeah, he beeped his horn.
Yeah.
Yeah, he beeped his horn.
He beeped his horn.
Vortex
Yeah,
going.
He's beeped his horn.
Yeah, he beeped his horn.
Yeah, he beeped his horn.
Yeah, he beeped his horn.
Lingering horn beeper.
I can't concentrate on what I'm doing with this damn dog. I'm just like, I can't concentrate on doing anything. Help. All right, we'll be right back with more ClusterF. A porky pig in my flannel shirt. I drank some Jack and now my words are slurred. Oh, I love that livestock smell. My junket starts to swell. I get horny sometimes late at night. I get as high as a fucking kite. She looks at me with those big brown eyes. The same she lamps a fucking 10. I sneak into her pen and there's grass in my undies. If you want to graze, I'll give you a tongue kiss. If you like foreplay, I'll come to your yard for your sexy milkshake. When I'm on the farm, I think I'll take a frisky sheep. Wear this ball gag so you cannot bleed. You're in heat, I see. Show your teeth. In World War II, what was the Maginot Line? A, the nickname for the amphetamines the Nazis took. B, the infamous photo of French women lined up to kiss their American liberators. C, a miles-long placement of heavy artillery from the French built to repel the Germans. Or D, well,
B, the French ladies. The French ladies.
Incorrect. Or I'm not giving you D.
I'm not sure she got point. I think you might have given her some points.
You shut up.
She
It's
hasn't
not
get.
true.
She
I
didn't
got
get the
a couple.
point yet. Nobody's
Yeah,
answered this
some
question.
He thinks that
She's
I
only
did-
got 3, and we're on question. This is the 9th question.
Yeah, buddy. Shut up.
Okay, you want me to read those again, babe?
Yep.
Okay.
Which one did he guess?
He-
He guessed the ladies' line.
Yes.
Okay.
In World War II, what was the Maginot Line? The nickname for the amphetamines the Nazis took. The info. He said this already, right? B.
Yeah.
Okay. C. A miles-long placement of heavy artillery the French built to repel the Germans.
That sounds like a
Oh,
trick
it's
answer.
B.
Or D. Just that's it. You got to do A. You got to do A or C.
What is there a D?
Yes,
yes.
you can go. You can guess that one too if you want.
Yes, you can.
It's
but
probably
I can't tell,
D.
but I can't tell you.
Why?
It's probably D. What?
How can you give me a quiz without giving me all this?
It's a disaster.
I bet it's D.
And D, I can't tell you. Just can't.
Do you know why?
It's D. But I mean, no, it's not.
What's the answer, babe? A,
C.
C, or D? D, a miles-long placement of heavy artillery the French built to repel the Germans. Or D, how did you not guess C, asshole? Wrong.
I said C.
I know.
Okay.
That's what I couldn't say. D. I mean, as soon as I wrote a miles-long placement of heavy artillery the French built to repel the, I was like, they're going to get that one. Hey, fucking trying to do a fucking. You get it, people? You get it? It's all work. Come on. Head to D.C. town. You can bet he'll let us all down when he boogies. He'll do the deep state boogie. He'll boogie 'cause he's shady. Deep state boogie all night long. Drain in the swamp is such a big crock. Trump's holding hands with fucking Rick Scott. He likes the boogie. Like the deep state boogie. He'll boogie 'cause he's shady, boogie 'cause he is a fraud. He won't stop, he won't stop.
you want to do it, the deep state boogie. You're doing it whether you want to or not. Didn't you see him hug the American flag? He wants to bring prayer back in schools. God bless America.
Welcome back to ClusterF. Mike and Jerry show coming up at 11. What's up, Jerry?
Oh, cold out there.
Cold. Yeah, it is.
Nasty.
It's a long-ass stretch of cold for Florida.
Oh, I don't like this.
It's been a couple weeks.
Do not like
couple
this.
weeks of it. How do you? I thought you hated the cold, Tracy. How are you feeling about this?
I hate it.
You got cabin fever yet? I got cabin fever. Being in the
no.
house all the time. I'm not used to this shit.
Yeah, it's.
Can you get Jerry on the camera a little better?
Yes, I can.
Trace, are you walking around farting?
No.
I swear.
Wasn't me. I just got here.
Somebody's farting. It's maybe one of the animals.
No.
Are you sure?
I'm not walking. I did smell a hint of cat shit that he said he smelled earlier, but I smelled it for like half a second.
But that's not even a thing. There is none. There's
nothing in the
Nothing smelled
He
over
thought-
here. I smelt it
He
more
was
when
like,
I
did
went
Blackie
over there.
Joe just walk in here and go to the bathroom? It's like, no. He doesn't really do that.
No, it was before Jerry got here.
It was before you,
I
Jerry.
checked my shoes.
And then I was out in the kitchen and I could just smell. And I was like, I think it's a dog's fart. We got a lot of dogs.
I thought
in
it was
the house.
Trace because I was like, well, Trace was just here in the kitchen and it smells like he farted.
Yeah, maybe the dog's got like a synchronized fart going on.
Hound dogs fart a lot. Can't stop drinking this hot chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
How's the hot chocolate? I never had it there.
Jerry brought us some hot chocolate. Thank you.
Hot chocolate.
What's a hot?
It's a good day for hot chocolate.
What's a hot chocolate going for nowadays, Jerry?
At Starbucks.
I was about to say,
Starbucks.
I mean, it shouldn't have cost more than $1 when you know what hot chocolate is. You know, like
Yeah,
hot
and I
chocolate.
doubt if they use milk or anything. you know.
Yeah, it's just
It's hot water and cocoa powder.
Yeah.
Like nothing to it. It's good on a cold day, though.
Mm-hmm. Delicious.
This
Thank
is
you.
my maxed out heat level I can drink. I got a pussy ass mouth when it comes to hot stuff.
As far as temperature. Temperature-wise.
Temperature wise. I don't know why. Like, I can't even, like, if I get a coffee, I gotta let it sit for like 3 hours till I don't even want a coffee anymore. before
And
I
all the
can
hot
drink it.
spices and shit that you eat.
Oh, I love spicy stuff. It's just like the temperature, man.
It makes no sense.
You know,
it makes no sense.
soups. I gotta put
Can't be
ice in my soups. I gotta put ice cubes in my soups, and my chilies, and my.
He's got a sensitive mouth when it comes to temperature.
Yeah, no hot stuff, bro.
Who would have thought?
Huh.
But I can drink this hot chocolate though. It's perfect.
It's your perfect temperature.
That's why I said give it to me, the way Trace likes it. Oh, okay.
Not too hot.
Yeah.
That's funny.
What's it like out? 39 it says here. That's pretty cold.
The village is pretty
Yeah,
north.
it was like 37, I think, when I got up. I'm not sure.
How
but
about-
it was nasty with the dogs.
Having to go out.
Yeah.
Don't you have a little fenced back?
Yeah, but the daytime thing, whatever. But I don't know. I got this guilty thing that they have to be walked at least.
Yeah.
Once
Yeah,
take them out.
They like to walk.
Yeah.
You know?
I know, but when it's cold, it's,
cold,
like
Yeah,
that's
but they don't want to hear
excuse.
it. They don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
You
They
know?
want out even more because
Yeah.
this weather.
Oh yeah, they get a little bouncy.
They get very bouncy.
I guess Rosie's a huge pussy. She'll be scratching at the door, and you let her out, and 2 seconds later she starts climbing back in. She usually never wants back in.
Yeah, when it's
But-
raining out, they don't like it raining.
No,
yeah,
I hate it.
Yeah, we got Florida dogs too. They go outside and they're like,
They like
Go
it when
back
it
in.
starts getting a little cool. They'll run around, but when it's cold and rain, they're like,
Yeah, during the day they'll go out, pee quick, come back in. But they know, like in the morning, like up in the villages, like as soon as the sun starts coming out, everybody's out walking.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
dog walking, and there's a lot of people. I told you this before. There's a lot of people walking around, and they carry treats with them. So when they see the dogs, they give the dogs. So they know
they
first thing in the
know.
morning. They get me out there. There's people out there with food.
I just don't know how people up north can get their dogs to go out and go pee or poop in the snow. It's like, when the snow is this deep, how?
But they like the snow.
I would think a dog would be like, where am I supposed to poop?
Yeah, they love the snow. The dog, I don't know.
But not to go to the bathroom in.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never had a dog that didn't like the snow.
Yeah.
I think Berlin took Bendy to Colorado for a week. Right? For a week? When was that?
For some time.
I can't remember. She loved the snow. She said she loved the snow.
Yeah.
I bet Rosie would love snow, but the cold and a little bit of rain. She's freaking out to get back in the house.
Bindy's the only one that likes anything like that. In the summer, she'll just go and sit on the step in the pool. Get right in the. She's like, it's hot out here. I'm going in the pool. She'll just go in the pool and sit on the step.
You'll be just taking her out to the bathroom and turn around. And she's sitting in the pool. You're like, oh, no, I got to get the towel, dry off. She's funny. She loves the water. She's a water dog. She's a retriever, I guess.
Yeah. I guess there's a little bit of heat between Lauren's mom and the neighbors. By our house that I just found out about when these. Because, before, when I first moved in there, it's 20 acres, and nobody on the 20 acres isn't part of the family. So everybody's dogs just kind of roam around, And the only house next to us on this abandoned road, or not abandoned, but the end of the road was abandoned. The only other house,
Yeah.
And then finally, these people moved in next door. And it's not like their dogs, they keep their dogs in the backyard. And they go up to the fence and go crazy. But, all the dogs just ignore them, But I guess the lady posted something online about the trashy people that live by them that don't keep their dogs on a leash or something.
Is that your dog?
That's all of our dogs.
How many dogs?
Just two, that. Well, the new we got also people that live on the property that aren't family anymore. Like somebody sold the house and their dogs aren't on they just roam as well. So it's only 3 or 4 dogs.
Is it all fenced?
No, it's all fenced except for you can go drive out to the road and there's no gate or anything.
Yeah.
But none of the dogs ever really leave that area. And they never mess with their dogs. I don't see any big deal.
Apparently they must. Otherwise they wouldn't be posting.
But I think they talk to. They're more. That was when they first moved in, and now I know at least her dad and the guy talk and hang out sometimes. I don't know if the wife's still sour about our dogs running around all day.
Probably.
I thought you didn't leave Rosie out anymore.
Not when I leave now, but we'll be home all day and she's outside all day. But yeah, we went and got her a laser printed collar deal yesterday. Finally,
with a name tag.
With a tag and a
collar deal.
PetSmart, they got the
laser things that you can do their name and
get a tag and it'll engrave it with a laser, the phone number, and your dog's name on it.
Well, that's good.
We ended up. I did that. I've been meaning to do it for so long. Finally, I was like, man, she's going to get lost. And I'm going to be like, if I just got that damn laser tag, somebody'd be able to call.
Yeah.
Whose number that doesn't answer their phone?
That'll be me. That'll be me missing that very important call. I'll be missing that call.
Is she chipped? She's probably not chipped, is she?
No.
It doesn't take much to get them chipped.
I don't even. What is that? Just a microchip?
In the
with
ear.
your phone or something? Hooks to your phone?
No, if the vet finds them, they scan
It's got
them.
your information.
It has all your information. It has the phone that you won't answer.
Yeah, she's microchipped and she got a collar, and still they can't find him. Can't get a hold of him.
Lauren says yes, she is chipped.
She is chipped?
Yeah.
See, you didn't need the laser thing.
What? I did all this for nothing?
When did you take her to the vet to get her chipped? Or was she chipped when you got her?
I don't put. She's lying.
But you have to, usually you have to register that chip with somebody. So I don't know if she's
chipped. What? Yeah, she is chipped.
But it's still good to have that because some people won't. You have to take them to the vet. Some people won't take them to a vet.
It's true.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't even know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lauren says she came chipped.
Huh.
I mean, anytime you find a dog that's got a tag with the numbers, you're like, wow, this is going to be easy.
Yeah.
Hey, got your dog.
God, yeah, we, I say we adopted, rescued or adopted Rosie, but it didn't feel like it with the price tag.
Yeah, that adoption shit's bullshit. it costs more than buying a dog.
We rescued her, adopted her, but it was like $300. There's the cats at PetSmart, that they're trying to give away. It's like $125 a cat.
Really?
You can just go find a cat behind a dumpster anywhere you want. Why are you going to pay $125?
Yeah,
Before
go
these
save the
dogs
kitty
that
cat.
we had Sadie, and it was like adopting a child.
Yeah.
A woman came out to the house, looked at the house, went out in the back. You got to fix this part of the fence. You got to do this shit. It cost like $800 to get this dog.
Really?
It was like, oh yeah, it was like adopting a child.
Yeah, it was close to $400 when we got Rosie, adopted her.
That's crazy.
We weren't gonna. We were like, oh, it's a scam, from PetSmart. You get. Well, it was like a group that brought them into PetSmart. I don't know who. Same deal as going to the pound, but we called the pound too, and they were
same price.
Like the same
pretty
price,
much.
pretty
Sometimes
much.
they have
Free
specials,
days.
free days and stuff because they got to get rid of some dogs and stuff. I mean, the cats I can understand a little more because, they say people just will go and get cats and feed them to snakes and, kittens and stuff like that, just to feed them to their snakes and stuff like that. So they're like, just be careful on that. And dogs, sometimes they'll get them for fighting them, stuff like that. But still, the amount of stuff, why can't you just profile people? It's pretty easy to profile
You can't
people.
profile people.
Why not?
Profiling works.
That's why it's a thing.
It certainly does.
That's why it's a thing.
Certainly does.
I mean, occasionally you get someone that you can't really judge the book by the cover.
Yeah, but
occasionally.
them's the
exception to
But-
everything.
Them's the breaks.
Yeah.
It works pretty much.
There might be.
What's that one comedian, John Mulaney or whatever, the really nerdy looking dude?
Yeah.
I didn't watch his stand up. It was like the number one thing that popped up on my Netflix for like 4 years. And I was like, look at that nerd, douchey nerd. I ain't clicking on that.
We've done the same thing with several
for other people, but he's pretty funny.
Yeah, and then I watched it and I was like, this guy's hilarious.
Like
Yeah.
Tom,
Did you
Tom
watch his-
Papa. How do you say his name?
Papas?
Tom Papa. And I always saw his face on Netflix. I was like, that guy ain't funny. That guy's stupid. And then we watched it. It's like, this guy's really funny.
Hilarious.
Yeah, so we're guilty of that.
Did you watch John Mulaney's latest one? The one about where he talks about how he was addicted?
Yeah, that was great.
His other ones are his older ones are funny too, but
Yeah.
that one was just like you wouldn't peg him. I would have never
Right?
pegged him.
I think that's what made it so funny.
Yeah,
As a complete drug addict.
complete drug addict.
Dirtbag drug addict.
Because he just looks like
a nerd.
Yeah.
He
And he
used to
talks
be
like a
a
nerd.
he used to be a writer on Saturday Night Live back in the day.
Here's good news. Good news for people with depression. The Food and Drug Administration has approved Johnson & Johnson's ketamine-derived nasal spray.
Yeah.
To help,
What?
to help millions of U.S. patients suffering from severe depression.
I'm feeling down already.
I have a feeling this is going to be. I have a feeling this is going to turn out very badly.
You know how people
gonna be
get
ketamine
addicted.
all over the place.
People get addicted to nasal spray a lot.
I mean, how?
And then they, it's like doing a vape. You
it's
get
too
addicted
easy.
to the. It's
It's
too
a
easy.
It's like the vape. The vape is like I'm not smoking weed. I'm
Yeah.
vaping.
I've
right
never
now.
did
I'm
it.
not doing ketamine.
I'm not doing coke.
I've never done ketamine before. What is it? Is that the tranquilizer one or like the trippy one? Is it good? Does anybody?
I thought it was horse tranquilizer.
I felt like it was too.
That doesn't sound good.
I don't want no horse tranquilizer. I want some, MDMA type deal. Is ketamine fun? Google that.
It's gotta be
What is
Never done
ketamine? Why do people use ketamine?
How do you spell ketamine?
For the mind-altering effects. In lower doses, it can act as a stimulant. In higher doses, it can cause dreamlike states and hallucinations, and often complete feelings of being disconnected from reality. Yeah.
Ketamine has a triple threat. Of sedative, stimulating, and psychedelic effects.
Woo, yes, ketamine.
Doesn't that sound like mushrooms or something?
I don't know. Right there, I can see it from here. It says similar to LSD and PCP.
What?
I like LSD, but I'm terrified of PCP.
You down with PCP? You know me.
You know me.
PCP, that's, yeah.
I mean, that's the stuff that makes you freak out, right? And have a really bad.
I thought
cut your penis.
I thought every time it made you crazy. I've never.
I may get me some ketamine. Makes you feel dreamlike and detached, chilled, relaxed, and happy. I mean,
or you can have a really bad trip.
Nah, it's
a couple of puffs.
Yeah, you can dose it out. Just start off with one puff.
Microdose. Work your way up.
Hallucinogenic effect. Okay.
Let's get some ketamine.
Not everyone will react to ketamine in the same way. Differences in body type, age, and the strength of the ketamine being taken.
Or what's going on at the or if the cops get called on you at the time and you freak out.
You freak out.
I'm just gonna walk into the doctor today.
Here you go, Trace. It's a highly well tolerated and safe drug, and very hard to OD on. It's been used for sedation in hospitals for children forever.
It says here, some ketamine experiences involve a terrifying feeling of almost complete sensory detachment that is likened to a near-death experience. These experiences, similar to a bad trip on LSD, are called a K-hole.
Yeah, I've heard of K-hole.
Can be addictive.
This can make someone feel completely frozen and immobile, and sometimes causes psychosis.
Don't anybody do that around me, because I ain't fucking taking care of someone like that. That freaks me out.
What are the side effects?
Yeah, let's do a bar show, a ketamine show.
No, did you hear what I just said?
Well, you don't have to. You can go somewhere else.
Lack of appetite. Tell the doctor.
Oh, yeah.
You're overweight.
Ketamine.
There we go. It's going to knock out that Ozempic.
Ketamine.
Everybody's going to be doing ketamine now to lose weight.
We saw yesterday that Ozempic, there's a new study, Ozempic makes your heart muscles shrink.
Oh, sounds good.
Oh, that can't be good.
No.
Is that what, have you, like Ariana Grande?
Oh,
she is just like disgusting.
Yeah, she looked a little too skinny.
She is just like, ugh. I don't know what she's trying to look like, but she was already very tiny and thin. And then why would somebody so tiny and thin do something like that?
Is she the one that's with Murders in a House or Murders in
No,
a
that's Selena Gomez.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sometimes she looks a little strange, too.
Yeah, but she doesn't look skinny. Ariana, she looks like she's got a disorder.
She looks like a little girl,
She's
like
got
an 8-year-old or sometimes. Yeah.
And she used to look fairly. She was always skinny, but she was normal
She
skinny.
looked normal.
Now she's freakish skinny.
She seems to me like somebody who has sold their soul to the devil.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Sucking her dry, just withering away. Yeah, I would never go see that movie, Wicked.
I feel like I watched.
As a man, there's certain movies you can't go see. Donna would never drag me to Wicked anyway. So fortunately, I married a woman who wouldn't drag me to that. I'm not going to see that garbage.
Those two are nauseating.
Weirdos.
They're just weird. Everything they go to, like any of the, promotion things they're at, they're like, they hold hands.
They hold hands the whole time.
Like,
they're all
just
weird
being
and everything.
weird.
It's like we've got a whole new level.
Level of
young
weirdness.
weird stars.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to bring this up about, I was going to ask Spice if his daughter, if he took her to see Wicked, I was going to say, you have to battle. You got to poison your daughter on things. You can't let them be all frilly and all prissy and everything. That's no fun. Get them into sports and stuff. I was with Berlin.
Toughen them up a little.
I was like, don't be a cheerleader, Berlin. You don't want people cheer. You don't want to be the person cheering. You want to be the person they're cheering for. Now get on the field and quit crying.
Snookman says she's a crackhead. She did coke hardcore for 10 years. I don't know if that's true or not.
Really? I don't know. It's possible. I didn't hear about it.
I never heard that either, but I'll look it up.
I mean, she's doing way too much coke now because she's grotesquely skinny. Skinny as a rail. I think a lot of people went to see Wicked. I wonder how many. If you went to see Wicked, I mean, how many dudes would be going there? My gal's not dragging me to Barbie or Wicked. I don't put my foot down too often, babe. But I would never have let you drag me to those.
Are you
movies.
talking
Barbie?
Barbie movie?
Yeah,
Barbie
no
movie.
way. I mean, I thought you were talking about kids. You know, that's a little bit
that's
different.
Oh, I'll take the kids to see whatever.
But I'll barely take the kids. I've never taken them to like a Frozen even. Those
Frozen was terrible.
Barbie was just a male bashing movie. That's all it was about. I obviously I didn't pay for it, but I seen it and I was like, we're getting our ass kicked here. I mean, it was all about, it was
Against
like
the patriarchy.
it was like the 50s, but instead of
Barbie
women,
movie.
it was guys. You know, it
Yeah.
was that type of deal. And I was like, come on now.
I think you might have to play Jerry the Barbie movie thing from Theo Von. Theo Von Barbie movie.
Yeah, that was funny.
Classic.
I think I saw that the other day. It was just as funny as the first time I saw it. Theo Von, man, he's out there.
He is.
I can't tell what's up with that dude, but some of the stuff he does is hilarious.
Let's see if it comes right up.
Yeah.
Was he this one with the sunglasses?
Yeah, that's
okay.
for sure it.
Oh, Barbie. People seeing Barbie movie.
Hang on, I screwed up.
Hey, bud. Seen Barbie?
I got something playing in the background.
Do you know who Theo Von is?
No.
This
He's
guy?
he's a comedian. He's kind of he's just coming into popularity right now. He's everywhere. He's at the UFC. He was at the inauguration.
He does a podcast.
He's on everybody's podcast.
Yeah, he's everywhere now.
Oh, Barbie. People seeing Barbie movie. And somebody asked me, they said, hey, buddy, you seen Barbie? You seen Barbie movie? And I said, no, I haven't seen it because, well, I'm an adult male. And I'm not seeing Barbie movie because I'll tell you why. I think it is for children or gay children or child gays or whatever. I don't know. I don't want to offend anybody. I do not know the terminology. And it's Barbie. And I'm an adult man. So I don't want to see it. Look, when I was a child, if a man saw Barbie movie, then your mom was going to leave that man. And that's how you got a stepdad. People were like, hey, what happened to your dad? And well, he saw the Barbie movie, and my mom read between the lines and realized he was probably rubbing dudes off by the Shoney's.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good. It never gets old.
How you got to step that.
It never gets old.
It's funny. I
Go
don't
ahead.
see anything about Ariana Grande being a
on crack.
Yeah, or coke. That's what Snookman said.
Coke. I
Jeez.
wanted to warn Warren Harper about the diss track.
What about it?
Because she made a diss track. Do you know what a diss track is, Jerry?
Absolutely not. This is turning into Jerry, do you know? And Jerry knew. Let's do the rest of the show. Things that Jerry don't know. Because it's going to be a long show, folks.
teaching Jerry some stuff.
You know, just being on a show where you talk all day, you learn a lot more. Like, I can't even imagine how dumb I would be about any of this stuff if I just still worked at Beef O'Brady's. Like, I didn't care. I didn't even know who the president probably was when I worked at Beef O'Brady's. Like,
now you're more informed than 90% of Americans.
Educate me.
Oh, a diss track in the rap world, in the hip hop world.
Yeah, why don't I know this? I must have been sick one day. Why don't I know this?
A diss track is when you do a whole song about somebody you don't like, and you're
dissing them.
You're hating on them the whole time.
Okay. All right, I get that. Okay.
So Harper was up for some part at school, and the teacher told her that she didn't sing good. And so she came home and she said, Pop, I need you to set me up in the studio. And I was like, what? She's like, I got to do a song. And she did a whole song dissing her music. She was 9. It was great. So this guy, this is a news story about a 17-year-old student athlete with the highest SAT scores in his class, and he wrote a diss track. He got shot.
What?
Better watch.
Who do you write a diss track?
I don't know. Let's watch the story. Better watch who you're dissing.
Breaking details on the homicide investigation of 17-year-old
I know it wasn't
Noah
the-
Scurry.
Oh, did he
He's the
get
star
killed?
Yeah, I got killed, I think.
I know it wasn't Adam Calhoun or any of those douchebags. They ain't shooting nobody.
They ain't shooting nobody.
down outside his home in front of his mother while getting ready to head to Samuel Fells High School. And that's where our Kelly Rule is live for us tonight. Kelly, what are you learning?
Well, Sheba, police say they are looking for at least 2 people for this homicide, possibly a third, and they believe they do have the vehicle that was used in the crime. But tonight, law enforcement sources are telling me they believe Noah Scurry appeared in a rap video with guns that was posted to social media the day before he was killed. New tonight, law enforcement sources confirmed
It's
there
like
was
all this. Do you remember what was his name? Fulio?
Yeah.
It's just rap. These people, they're shooting each other over rap music.
Yeah,
It's
you
like,
know,
what
at
you-
least they're being real instead of Denim Jones or whatever.
At least they're not posers.
Denim Jones.
At least
they're not posers.
They're shooting people with
Is
AR-15s.
did you say
and
this
stuff.
guy's a genius?
Highest SAT scores in his class, they say. That still don't, that still don't make you not
There's a rap
a thug,
video
maybe.
uploaded to social media the day before 17-year-old Noah Scurry
Hope
was
they got
shot
the
to death
video. I
behind
wanna see
his
some
home
video.
in front of his mother, who was getting ready to take him to Samuel Fells High School. A screenshot of the video shows a man in a Joker mask, at times appearing to hold a gun. Sources tell Fox 29 they believe that to be Scurry. In the video, he dances along other individuals who are
Didn't even show his face. How do you know?
also holding and showing off guns throughout it. Skyfox overhead the Philadelphia police impound lot yesterday. Police confirmed this white Jeep Cherokee is believed to be the car used in Scurry's murder, which happened around 7 a.m. Tuesday in an alleyway behind Roar Street. Police say at least 2 shooters got out of the vehicle, with the driver possibly staying inside. Fox 29 is also learning from sources that Scurry was a victim in a previous shooting back in May 2023 on the 4600 block of Mulberry Street. Our camera there as police investigated in
All right, that's enough
He,
of that.
he's
But
messing around with the wrong
Yeah,
people,
when
ain't
does
he?
this kid have time to study?
Yeah.
he's industrious. He's industrious. See, this is where all the. This is where the majority of killings are happening. It's not the school shootings. It's just people shooting each other.
Because of the internet, what they see on the
in
internet.
Chicago and in all this gang stuff
But
and
that's
this
a-
rap stuff.
Don't you remember, like, when you're younger, like, they instead of dissing, they used to call it, like, a rank out, your
Yeah.
rank out contest and this and that. Nobody got shot. I mean, it was like, oh, man, he kicked my ass today or whatever. But, yeah, nobody got shot.
Yeah, nobody ever got shot.
Yeah,
when I was younger.
your
like-
mother wear combat boots and say, all right, I'm going to shoot your ass. You don't know. I mean.
Before the original school shooting in Columbine, there was nobody ever brought a gun other than a rifle in your rifle rack, which was common, you know. But nobody brought a gun to school.
Nobody
nobody
anything-
ever got shot at
anything
school.
someone-
Well, you're
something went-
probably in New
Yeah,
York.
they made their own in New York. They
It's a
call them
lot-
zip guns, but,
But anytime something goes bad or someone says something about you, what is it now? People just think I'm gonna fucking get a gun and kill
Yeah,
you."
that's what
It's a
I'm
more-
saying.
it's a
Instead
different
of just
mentality
like,
for some
yeah,
reason.
the whole mentality has
Instead of
changed
manning
from,
up,
from I'm
you
gonna
know.
kick his ass
Like
to
fist-
I'm gonna get a gun.
How many fist fights were there? Lots of fist,
After
but nobody
school.
ever got their ass whipped. And went, wow, now I'm gonna fucking shoot somebody.
Yeah,
no, you
there's
just
no
got
fist fights,
you got your
gunfights,
ass
yeah.
whipped.
I don't even remember people getting in fights at school, at my school.
Yeah, there was always a fight.
Was
at
that-
school,
yeah.
somewhere. Even chicks getting into fights.
Those are the
and
best
shit,
fights,
yeah.
actually.
Yeah, chick fight, but, yeah. I'll tell you, some of the school, like, all right, because, by 3 o'clock the word is out, and the gym teacher's like, all right, in the gym, go ahead, fight. You know, good. Have at it, man. Have at it. You know, you're going to do it right. You know.
Couldn't do that today.
No, you can't.
Could not do that today.
It's a big field, like a quarter-mile away from my school. And my friend David always brought UFC gloves to school. And if anybody wanted to fight, you know, about once every 2 or 3 weeks, some people got in an altercation after school going over to the lot. It was always great. Great entertainment.
Yeah, you know, I mean, most time nobody really gets hurt.
No.
You know?
Especially back then, usually one person, you know, it's never like a UFC fight where it's an even match. You know, you just get two people that are mad at each other to fight, and one usually knows a lot more about fighting than the other one, and it ends pretty quick. But these geniuses, I had one of these guys at my school, man. The guy that I've talked about that was real weird, that like peed on a bunch of people.
Huh?
You know,
for fun. Like peed on. He had like some weird pee fetish. He'd been kicked out of a school for peeing on somebody, so he went to my school and he peed on somebody, and he peed on somebody's jersey. You know, one of an Art Out kid's jersey at the school, and got in trouble for that too.
Did he get his ass kicked?
No, you know, he should have. But, you know, and he was always just baked out of his mind. I was always pissed at school because I'm like, I feel like if I get as stoned as him, I'm going to get in trouble. But he's just, you know, stoned, and he was in all of our classes, and he didn't seem to give zero fucks about anything. But every test and everything he did, 100%. You're like, what? He got straight A's, and every test he took was just like 100. And you're like, what?
And then he go pee on somebody.
Yeah, then he go pee on somebody.
Celebration P.
You know, in football, he was always the dirtbag taking the cheap shots. In soccer, he got banned for punching some kid in the face. Like, but the grades, man, like he was just like a magician, you know. Like he hung out with all the other kids that were, you know, not geniuses, and he was with us, and he was trying the least, and we're all trying hard to get our C pluses, and he's just like another 100.
He was always in timeout. He was studying.
Some people are just geniuses, like Elon Musk and his Nazi salute.
Yeah.
Or I got video. Oh, what a mother effer! Sometimes the Twitter refreshes.
You got a video of another guy doing it?
Oh, I got lots of videos.
I've seen them of everybody, of Kamala Harris.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
Everybody's doing it. Let me see if I got the.
So it's either something that they do and say,
Tim
we're going to
Walsh.
do this. Anytime you get a chance to do this,
do it.
Make sure that you have a different, you know, reason as to why you did that. Like, oh, my heart, I'm throwing my heart, you know. So make sure you have an excuse as to what yours is.
People get excited. They don't, you know, I mean, it's...
I think it's a thing. Like, I think Tim Walsh is throwing his heart right here. Watch, he's throwing his heart.
Yeah.
They're rubbing it in their faces that they're going to pull a Hitler.
I think they are rubbing it in their... But this is even worse. This is worse than Elon's, I think. Higher!
Hell to the future.
Yeah, this is what they want us talking about. They
Yeah.
don't want us talking about real life. They
Yeah.
want us to make this stupid shit like this.
They want that so that when Trump doesn't really do anything,
You can
he's
see
supposed
Musk
to be
is a little
doing.
bit of a geeky. You know, he's running around the stand and stuff like that. You know that. Come on, he's not.
He's got Asperger's.
Whatever.
He
okay.
does. He's, I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah, that's
and that's how a guy with Asperger's probably reacts when he's excited, because you can see his face was like he was very intense.
Yes. Yeah.
Because he's a little different than you and me. I mean, he's a genius with Asperger's.
And if that was someone on the other side or something, they'd be like, you can't make fun of someone with Asperger's.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
You're picking on a handicap.
Exactly.
They would be all about
You're picking
that.
on a handicap. That's it.
Appalled.
Yep.
That's it. I doubt if he's got the wheelchair sign in his car. You know.
He doesn't seem too Aspergered out.
Yeah.
He's got a tis. A tinge
Some
of the
doctor
tism.
says, yeah,
just a
fits
trace
the
of the
profile
tism.
and that's it. you
Trace
know?
of the tism.
Yeah, I seen him on Joe Rogan, and had a 3-hour discussion. Sometimes you'll ask him a question, and he will take a very awkward long pause, but maybe that's just what smart people do to not say stupid stuff. You ask
Yeah.
me a question,
Think about
I
what
just
you
start
say
rambling
first.
nonsense. Maybe the better decision is to sit there
And
for
think
10
about
seconds
it.
and think about what the fuck I'm gonna say, instead of just saying the first thing that comes to my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't he get stoned? Like, didn't he? Like,
One
for
of
the
the
first time?
the first time he was on Joe Rogan, he smoked a joint and like. It's just like the biggest freaking deal ever. He's like, he's got a prescription for that ketamine too.
That's what Tampa Girl says because he's ketamined out.
He's ketamined out. That's what it is.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
I bet you can get that ketamine really easy too.
I bet
you go to the doctor. You're like,
I'm
Doc,
feeling
Say,
so
you know what? If it's
sad
new,
today.
Yeah, if it's new, you got to get it before it gets. Everybody starts asking for it.
I was gonna say that you go in. Do you have to ask for it, or do you have to wait for them to offer it? Because if you ask for it, then you seem like a druggie.
Well,
So,
no. I'm
get-
depressed and I want some ketamine. That's when I'm walking in the doctor.
I think
and
that's
saying,
all you got to say.
The stuff you're giving me isn't working. Can I try some ketamine?
I guess you could say that's all they say on TV is ask your doctor
That's it,
about
yeah,
it.
ask your
So
doctor.
I'm asking my doctor about
That's
it.
some, but you got to be like work or some like pain pills and marijuana. They don't tell you. It took to go to the marijuana doctor. They might tell you. I just didn't hear about it. They're just like, weed's legal. You just got to get a doctor prescription. I went to quite a few doctors when I was like 18 and 19, and I'm like, I have a cold or whatever. I'd be sick, I think I went to the doctor a couple times when I was sick. I was like, by the way, can I get some weed? And the doctor's like, what the fuck are you talking about? But you got to go to an actual cannabis doctor. I don't think you go to your regular doctor and ask for ketamine. They're gonna have like a ketamine
You might have to go to a pain clinic.
pain clinic.
We'll know
Yeah.
what to get.
Oh, to get ketamine?
Mhm.
Well,
'Cause
it's
a
for
lot of
It's for
doctors-
depression, though. Now it's
Yeah.
been approved for
Yeah,
I
maybe
think
that.
anybody can dispense it now. Your
Yeah,
your
but-
general practitioner.
Because a lot of doctors won't even prescribe like oxycodone. You have to go to a pain clinic for it.
because but
But
that
why
already
can't
has
the
a bad
doc-
name behind
Yeah,
it.
but they're a doctor. Why can't the doctor prescribe that? You got to go to one of those pain clinics for it, and then you got to go back
because
out.
they're covering their ass. For
Yeah,
some
I
reason.
you
Since
start
when? I mean, the pain
prescribing-
clinics were the ones that were
I know, and then they-
abusing it the whole time.
But that's it. But now that you start prescribing oxy and stuff, you're on a list. I think. All of a sudden you're on
Yeah.
a list, and they're looking to see how much you're letting out.
You just don't want to do
You
it.
don't want to mess with that. It's a hassle.
What
as
is
a doctor?
So what was the ketamine story about again? Where's it legal at?
It's
Florida?
approved, probably
FDA.
Approved
on.
nationwide? What's
much
the
ketamine
date?
spray before the
Shooting that stuff up your nasal there.
It's been FDA approved for clinical depression, so that means they can dispense it by a doctor anywhere.
What date? What's the date?
So do you have to go
You
in?
have to have
now.
a diagnosis
Right
of
now.
depression first. You have to be diagnosed.
I'm
depressed.
walking in that office sad as fuck until they make me. I mean, I'll perk up right as they give me the prescription before I even take it. What?
It's approved to deplete.
You got to walk in and like give them a whole spiel about how you're depressed.
Me so sad.
I don't know. Well, because when I went
Go in crying.
when you go to the marijuana doctor,
Ketamine.
Get the right doctor. Just say, I'm sad because Carmela lost. That's it. You get a
you
prescription.
get all you want. You go to the weed doctor and you think you got okay. I'm going to tell them this and this and this, and they're like, what do you? And you're like, well, I think I needed some weed to go to sleep.
Okay.
Okay. And they write you the prescription.
Yeah.
That's that easy.
Have problem sleeping. There you go.
I was a little bit nervous walking in, and I had a bunch of papers about my doctor. She gave me like every medical record. I came in with a pack of stuff this big that she had given me from
I
and
didn't know.
I'm like, this, and within like 30 seconds, I've mentioned that I have anxiety or trouble sleeping. And like I was trying to think of other things, and he's like, "You were approved like 10 minutes ago. Like, chill out, man. Like, all you really had to do was walk through those doors and say I want some pie.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
And then now they just call you up to renew
Renew
it.
it,
They're like,
yeah.
yeah, it's time. He can just call them and
Now, if
hey,
you're-
do you want it? Yep. Okay. See ya.
If you're a medical marijuana doctor and you own your own practice, are you allowed to be stoned?
I don't think so.
Are you? Why
I
not?
think so.
Why not? Are you allowed to be on your prescription? Like if you're taking antidepressants or if you have pain, are you allowed to take? People are allowed to take their oxycodone at work because they're in pain. Sitting and stuff makes you in pain. Aren't you allowed to be on your medication
I
there?
don't know. Everybody at this dispense.
Somebody writing prescriptions. That's
Everybody at the dispensary seems baked as fuck. And you
I
know,
would
you
think
walk in the.
they're not doctors.
Yeah, but you walk in the door and they're like, "You gotta try this new stuff, man." You're like,
Do you smell it when you walk in?
yeah. Some of them you don't. Some of them you do. It depends on how nice of a place it is.
Like you know you're in a pot store when you walk in.
Yeah, some of them, yeah, for sure.
How could you not? It's all over. It's everywhere. Isn't
Yeah.
it?
You mean you smell just the? You don't smell people have smoked it. You
No,
smell
you
the-
just
oh,
it
okay.
smells pretty strong of weed in the.
I would think they wouldn't want them to be high when you come in because you know people that run
Start sharing.
things are just like I got to be straight to do this to do it right.
Is it just nobody ever?
I don't think there's a lot of at the dispensary. There's not a lot of critical thinking going on. You're just like, what do you
know what?
need? I got
Yeah.
some purple.
I
Pineapple.
wouldn't consider myself a bartender, but I did bartend.
Yeah.
And I drank.
Yeah.
No. So you know what? If you're gonna sell pot, what the hell? I don't know.
Gosh, at Whiskey's, man, when we were going to Whiskey's a lot back in the day,
Yeah.
you know, every third week, one of the bartenders would just get so shit faced
See,
that they're just like so shit faced. They're just like they're just drinking with everybody. They're not even bartending anymore. It's not. They're not ringing up any drink. After we went for a while, it stopped happening. But it was a couple months where it was just like there's barely a bar. We got charged like $18, and we drank there all night because she rang up like nothing and was just partying with everybody and doing shots with
Did she get
everybody.
fired? Or is she still there?
No, I'm talking multiple of the it'd be a different girl every week. There was just bartending and getting shit faced and not, they usually had two bartenders on and it'd just be
Yeah.
one of them that would do it and the other one would be all cranky like, "He's wasted and not helping me." But
I'll turn to be the designated.
but then
bartender.
3 weeks later, she's the one that's getting bitched back and she's trashed out on the back patio smoking cigarettes while she's supposed to be bartending.
That waitress at the Green Parrot used to always do shots with us.
Yeah, you
Some
buy the
places you
bartender a
can.
drink or whatever.
I bet at Miller's you can't.
No, you can't
corporate.
You're not even. Lauren's not allowed to go drink a beer at a different Miller's.
If you work there, you're not even allowed to drink there ever.
No, you can't. You can't even go to a different
After
Miller's.
hours, like if she's off and gets off, and all right. I gotta hang out.
When she is off work, we can't go to a Miller's in Georgia and have a beer.
Oh shit!
I mean, we can. You just don't tell them you work at
Yeah,
Miller's.
right.
But
Yeah.
But they're not supposed to.
Yeah.
She can barely wear. I mean, there's clothing. They have to wear a uniform. Like it has to be black. Pants, or you can't have black jeans. You can't have black leggings. It's got to be some other kind of like black slacks. So it's like, geez. Oh shoot! I forgot about the dog.
Well, that's chocolate. This hot chocolate's going right through me. Let's take a break. We'll come back, wrap up the show, and then we'll do Mike and Jerry coming up at 11. Jam packed with crap. Ned in your head tomorrow morning, 7:45.
Me and my friend Sean, we're gonna put our fucking speedos on and cruise. We're going on a boat that's floating on the water. We'll hit the buffet after doing fucking poppers. I thought, good lord, this buffet is pretty big, and we're sucking down drinks like a couple of ticks. Me and my friend Sean, we're gonna fucking smoke some endo now and cruise. We'll be poolside knocking on some fat hoes, rubbing on Sean Raz's man boobs. Eating cruise food till our pants don't fit. Yeah, we're filling up the ocean with our big shit. Me and my friend Sean, we're gonna put our fucking Speedos on and cruise. Oh, fucking fuck me. I got it. I said I got it. We were eating lobster and dipping it in butter. Then we took a poop, it'll be a triple flusher. Then Sean saw a fat chicken, tried his luck. She said, I've heard about you from ClusterF. So me and my friend Sean, we're soaking up the sun like Jeff Bezos as we cruise. We'll be wasted, got the drink package, and we'll probably get some matching tramp stamp tattoos. Eating cruise food till our fucking pants split. Yeah, we're filling up the ocean with our big shit. Come on, me and my friend Sean, we're gonna put our fucking Speedos on and cruise. It's a floating prison that we can't leave. We drank so much, we got dry heaves. I snuck in my old glass crack pipe. We got so high, we stayed up all night. Yeah, me and Sean were pretty tight. Sean is such a mark, he thinks I'm a star. He tried to bite my crotch like a tiger shark. We smoked meth and we started dry humping. I don't kiss and tell, but he gave me some head. Me and my friend Sean, we're gonna put our fucking Speedos on and cruise. We'll be poolside macking on some fat hoes, rubbing on Sean Raz's man boobs. So me and my friend Sean, we're soaking up the sun like Jeff Bezos as we cruise. We'll get wasted, got the drink package, and we'll probably get some matching tramp stamp tattoos. Till our pants split. Yeah, we're filling up the ocean with our big shit. Come on, me and my friend Sean, we're gonna put our fucking Speedos on and cruise. Put our Speedos on and cruise. I like big bitch and I cannot lie. More money to getting it high. Link cards on PayPal, getting in your face, bringing beers down by the case, and he's hung. And I'm knowing my stuff because I've seen this dude in the book. It's becoming quite apparent. Lynn Carr does not mind sharing. Oh yeah, he's buying me liquor. Lynn Carr's my neighbor. One thing he ain't got for me is a jar of Jif and a New Welsh Corgi. Ooh, big shot named Lynn. That's why we all call you a pimp. Infuse me with some cash that would be groovy. Don't call him Manson. He's Mike and he can't stop dancing. Lynn's not in debt, but he's got a fucking private jet. He's watching ClusterF stream with a big rise in his jeans. He says, I will gladly pay big bucks for a show that doesn't suck. So, Lynn Carr, shoot some cash and shake your butt. Come on and shake it, shake it, and cheer for ClusterF. Lynn Carr got big.
PayPal means more cash for doobies.
Lynn Carr got big.
PayPal means more cash for doobies.
Lynn Carr got big.
PayPal means more cash for doobies.
Lynn Carr got big.
Oh, God.
Welcome back to ClusterF. Mike and Jerry show coming up in just a little bit. Ned in your head tomorrow morning. 7:45. Don't forget the hang. Hangs all over Spotify, YouTube, ClusterF videos on Twitch. You can check out the OT on the VIP ClusterFshow.com. The only place you can get it. The Hang Overtime.
How
You
long
all right,
of a
buddy?
show did you?
What'd you
Yeah, I
say?
had a little something in my throat.
How long did you? What'd you say? How long? What?
How long did you do the show for yesterday?
A little over 3 hours.
3
Yeah,
hours.
we're hardcore.
Hardcore.
Get the cocktails going.
Yeah, it's
Just-
weird.
It's
that-
bullshit.
It's bullshit.
What's bullshit?
I said we just bullshit on the Hang. We just have a few drinks and bullshit for 3 hours.
I was hope they're gonna have the up at the outlet mall today. They're having the Clydesdales, the
Clydesdales.
Budweiser
Oh, are they?
Clydesdales
Yeah.
from between 2 and 4. It's pretty impressive to see them in person.
Yeah, they're big, they're majestic.
They're big, and they get them
Majestic.
all suited up and hitched up, and
They
you know, and
used to have-
everything.
I don't-
They're pretty cool, but I talked myself out of it. It's cold.
It's
I'd
too
have to get the
cold.
girl. I was like, I'd take the girls. I'd have to get them out of school early, which is fine, but.
I don't
just
think
took
they
him
still
out.
have them at Busch Gardens. Or
I don't
not.
think they do.
They used to have them at Busch
Yeah,
Gardens.
they used
and
to.
Lauren loved horses, and we had passes and stuff, so we go there all the time. And you walk in,
It's
they
like-
let them pet them, and
With the
this
nice
and that.
stables and-
Yeah, oh
Yeah.
yeah, nice stables.
Mhm.
You know, they got treated, as far as I could see, they got treated like gold. But,
Yeah, of course.
You know, but I mean, you know, they wash them down and dress them up and but they really, I mean, these are like monsters.
Yeah,
and,
they're-
and they let these kids go in and pet them. And
Golly.
I mean, the wrong step and Lauren's crushed. You know, but they're so well behaved, I guess.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah,
They're massive
yeah,
too.
how much do you get? How much cruelty goes into making one of those giant horses not kick a little kid when it comes up? To, you know, you got. Yeah,
No,
really,
they're just
I don't
really
know. I think
trained.
it's just-
trained from
the
the
way they're
beginning.
brought up and
They're
stuff.
brought up.
I mean, you can see they had little baby Clydesdales there too and whatnot. Pony. I don't know if you call a baby Clydesdale a pony.
Yeah, they were.
But, you know, but they had them there, and you know, even the little ones, they didn't let them out the way the big ones did. But you could go up and pet the little ones and whatnot. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, a horse can just kick your head off. knock
One of
your
those,
block
one of
off
those
easy.
horses could.
Yeah. But I think it's also, you know, it's kind of like a dog, too. It's how you bring up a dog.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like I walk in and, you know, these dogs, they just look at me, you know. You know?
Horses, they just the only thing you have to watch out is they don't understand how big they are.
Yeah.
And you can get trapped in between, like
Exactly,
and
backing up or
Yeah,
something, yeah.
and they weigh
Yeah.
1,000 pounds. It's not going to be good.
Yeah, I'm the who is that Budweiser that does that? Yeah, I knew that. I argued with a couple people that Bud Light was gonna come back bigger and better than ever.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, no, they're done forever. And now these people, I try and argue it with them now, and they're like, oh, well, yeah, you're probably right. I'm like, you were so, fuck you. It's never, Bud Light's done for forever. And now you're just like, oh, you might be right. I need an apology, you sons of bitches.
Good luck with that.
That was quick too, like a year maybe. A year was all it was.
Yeah.
If that. Now they got Shane Gillis doing commercials, and
Yeah, they got a bunch of people doing commercials. and-
nobody's thinking twice about Bud Light.
Nah, I've been ordering Bud Light just because I forget how it tastes because there was, a little while when I didn't drink it just because of the whole deal. But now I'm like, who gives a fuck, And I think Joe Rogan's, I don't know if he's sponsored by Bud Light or whatever, but he's just like, that's just, that's what we keep around here because everybody will drink a Bud Light,
But,
It's just
you know,
your
like
go-to beer.
You go down the aisle and every other case is $24, and the Bud Light's $20. You go, I'm having Bud Light case. Of Bud Light.
Exactly.
You know, and that's how they
Yeah.
that's how they didn't get wiped out. You know.
And Rio's $14.99.
Yeah, that's what I'm drinking.
Yeah.
They say those Clydesdales consume between 20 to 25 quarts of whole grains, minerals, and vitamins a day, and 50 to 60 pounds of hay.
Wow, that's a whole
and
bale.
30 gallons of water. One horse.
Oh, that'd eat you out of house and home. Man.
I mean,
real quick.
man, they must spend a shit ton of money on those
God,
horses.
man. I thought who gave a fuck to go see these horses earlier when she mentioned it. Now she's almost convinced me to go look at these horses.
Oh, you never seen them?
I think I have.
They're majestic. When people say things are majestic, like you grew up around horses, so when you see these horses, like this is a different type of horse.
Yeah.
This is
They're so big, and they bring one of the Dalmatian.
Yeah, the
They got
Dalmatians
the Dalmatian
there.
there and everything, and
They were up in the villages for I don't know.
they put all that big, heavy, all that equipment on them, and
harnesses
they
and stuff,
harness them up to a buggy and everything,
wagon.
and then they trot them, and they're impressive how they sound while they're all
The
walking.
clunk, clunk,
Clonk, yeah, it's like wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, just impressive.
Mm-hmm.
When are they doing this?
What? Up
From
at
2 to
today.
4.
2 to
2 to 4. Over by
Ah.
Ford's garage on that side, I think.
All right.
But yeah.
This is a.
I know. Wait, sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I told Lauren this morning, and she was like, "Oh, so it'll be packed." It's like I don't know, because I don't know that many people know their schedule. Like last year, I think it might have been around this time, maybe last year or so. I just happened to go to Winn-Dixie, and in the back of the parking lot, they were doing that. I was like, "They got the Clydesdales here," and there was
hardly
10
anybody
people
there.
there. Nobody even knew about it, and they did all that and got them all hooked up and walked them around for a little while, and I was like, man, ain't nobody even here. Nobody even knows this is going on.
I guess if that's your job, like big deal, you just
you don't care how many less people the better.
Yeah.
Less work for me.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty cool though.
This woman assaulted a teacher because she wasn't watching her kids at the basketball game, and the teacher came up and told her to keep her kids off the court.
Well, yeah, and that's how it should be.
You mean be
Shows the-
responsible?
Yeah.
Parent hit the principal. She's knocked to the ground. Police say she noticed young children walking onto the court while the game was being played.
I mean, your kid's in danger. These guys.
Well, they're like high middle school
They're
kids.
still gonna knock your kid's block
Still
off.
6 foot tall.
Played. You can see the principal getting up so the little kids didn't get hurt. At least 2 times she pulls the kids back while the game is in play. At some point, Plaquemine Police Chief Stephen Angolio says words were exchanged, and the mom was having none of it.
The principal sitting in a chair.
Let's see that punch again.
This lady, don't tell me to watch my kids.
Yeah, don't tell me to, don't protect my kids for me because I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Mom was having none of it.
The principal
At some point, Plaquemine
Here we
Police
go.
Chief Stephen Angolio says words
Bam.
were exchanged, and the mom was having none of it.
The principal sitting in a chair. The lady walking by with 3 kids in tow and one of her friends. And the principal asked her, they keep your kids off the basketball court. It disrupts the whole game. She obviously took offense with that, and you see her move in on the teacher puts her hand up to kind of keep her off, and she just punched her, knocked her out of the chair.
Surveillance footage in the school's gym obtained by the WAFBI
She's
team
doing all this while holding the kid.
shows the parent hit
See, she's trying to push her back.
the principal. She's knocked to the ground.
This wasn't excitement from the competition. You made a bad call on my
They couldn't
child.
find a better interview than this guy.
This guy's the chief of police, Trey.
Oh, he's not.
He is. I'm pretty sure that's what it said.
That was bad with kids. That was disrupting everything. I don't even think she had a child in the game at all. And she wasn't.
I mean,
watching
this
the
guy
kids, and
doesn't.
somebody
If
told
you
her
ask
that
me
he-
if this guy graduated high school, I'd say absolutely not.
I'm trying to see if it's okay. There he is. Police
Police chief. Yep.
What? Stephen Angolio.
See, but this is where, like, if one of the basketball players falls on one of them kids, I'm suing the school.
Exactly.
Yeah, she
I'm
definitely-
suing the school.
And they said if
100%.
she didn't even have a kid playing, maybe that's what she was there for.
So next year there's going to be a fence around the court. Now.
Yeah.
But she was arrested.
She should have been arrested.
For assaulting a school teacher, resisting officers, and disturbing the peace, and she's got a $100,000 bond. So,
Oh, good.
Yay. Good for that.
Man, that insurance. I mean, some of these companies like Morgan & Morgan is like we made our first $1 billion. I mean, yeah, now that you really think about it, how many of these people out there with nice houses got their money from just lawsuits, man? Like, I wonder how many.
That's where all the people down here in Wesley Chapel are coming from.
Right? I mean, I don't think it'd be hard. Like, it's just, a moral and actually going out and doing it thing. But I think there's people out there that have no problem. I mean, I bet I could get a good lawsuit today if I went and fake slipped somewhere and hit my head or did something somewhere.
Like you were saying this morning, like playing with a gas can and you blew your hand off, and that's my mistake. You know what? While you're at the hospital in the emergency room, a lawyer's looking for you. All right, a lawyer, they're called ambulance chasers, and he's looking for you. You got a lawsuit.
Yeah. They've been claiming that they're gonna, stop this for how many decades?
Yeah, exactly.
A long time.
Nothing ever stops.
They've been claiming they're trying to stop human trafficking too, but it doesn't seem to be working.
If you go on the internet, like Twitter and stuff, you can see lots of videos of people that have dash cams, and you can see people intentionally running in front of them, committing insurance fraud. So if you don't have a dash cam, maybe your insurance is paying out, 100,000 of these people.
Yeah.
Or $1 million, and they're
and
moving in.
And that's where the problem started. Yep.
Yeah.
Jerry, that's Navy wanted to know how long you were a police officer.
18 years.
18 years. That's a long time.
I left a little bit early, but that's all right.
It's still a long time.
Came to sunny Florida.
Yeah.
Did you ever think of being a cop down here?
I got certified and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And
And
I
then
kind of got used to having weekends and holidays off.
Yeah.
And they didn't pay much. They don't pay much. Well, compared to they didn't pay much to New York, so it really wasn't a lot of difference.
Yeah.
So weekends and holidays off and whatnot.
You didn't want to deal with the Florida man.
Yeah, that's not
That's
fun.
a whole different breed.
Well, I didn't want to. When we, not to get into too much, but to be certified, you had to, instead of going to school for 6 months, we only had to do 6 weeks because we had prior law enforcement and whatnot.
Yeah.
And the cops down there, we were all New York, Chicago. They did nothing but fuck with us. They did nothing but the fucking Northern Yankees and this and that. They tortured us every way they could. But one of the days that one of the guys came in and you're going to deal with alligators and stuff. What are you going to do? And every guy in the room, well, we shoot them. No, you gotta learn how to. And we're no, we're going to shoot them. And the guy, no, you can't do that. It's yes, we can. It's no, and he's giving us a class on how to
not shoot an alligator.
Well, how to rope it and whatnot, and no, I'm shooting his ass. No, you can't do that. Well, you're gonna lose your job. I'm gonna lose my job. I'm fucking with no alligator.
I'm not looking to wrangle an alligator.
Oh, that sounds like a good time.
Trace would love to wrangle an alligator.
But they, like I said, to get the guys down here, they took. For some reason, the 6 weeks was, I guess, during the summer when it was, 100 degrees every day, and they had us in the cars because you had to do driver training and stuff.
Yeah.
And you had to go through a thing going, in reverse through cones and whatnot. And there ain't no way in the hell anybody was going to do it, right? Without knocking out a cone. And they had us in the car with no air conditioning and shit. We were sweating our balls, and they were laughing their asses off. They tortured us. But it was cool. You go out for drinks afterwards. It was all right.
Why do you need to learn to back around cones?
Yeah, it's just something you got to do. You got to go forward. You got to go backwards.
I might be able to do that.
I'm
a pretty good backer up.
I mean, you have fun, but when guys are messing with you and they, leave off the air conditioning, it's 110 degrees out.
Yeah.
On asphalt and whatnot.
Talking about wrestling gators, that I got a bull shark when I went fishing the other day. And that was, usually
How big?
This is like that
That's
big,
a pretty
maybe.
decent,
Almost 4 foot long bull shark, and getting that hook out, I was actually a little bit intimidated. I was like, I think this thing could easily take 4 fingers off.
Yeah,
it's a pretty big mouth, It was a little, and I usually catch like sand sharks and black tips and what else you call them, like bonnet heads. And they don't have as big a mouth, and it's not.
Yeah.
But this bull shark was, kind of like a bull, like it was real thick, man. I was
They're mean. They're
thick and mean, and I was a little worried getting that.
Where were
hookup.
you? Out in the Gulf?
I was in the Chasowitz Springs. Which is
Oh,
weird.
they go
It's
up that way? Yeah.
Yeah, it's the whole river is like 1.5 feet, 2 foot deep.
Always like a high tide, or
At high tide's maybe 3 feet.
Really?
It's super shallow the whole way.
so you can probably see good.
And
good
and you can just
visibility.
you don't see too much out there in the day, but I mean I was out there till
dusk,
till late enough to get a ticket for not having a light. But I just go idling back in. You just you just see sharks everywhere. There's
Really?
full of bull sharks.
Really, not just small ones, or any decent. size?
Not like 6, 7 foot. I don't think they can make it down there. It's so shallow.
that's
But
true.
it's all 2 to 4 footers.
Did you get
everywhere.
that light fixed?
Not yet. No.
Got to pay the ticket first.
I crushed my testicle that night. I'm still
right,
recovering.
He's got a crushed testicle.
That's
So
right.
How'd you crush it?
I fell off my boat and landed on a pole. Left testicle first. I didn't even get out of bed yesterday. It was black and blue and giant. It's terrible. If you saw it, like Lauren wasn't like Lauren's usually like, oh, you're milking this to lay in bed all day. She's like, do you need anything? Because I showed her. She's like, what do you need? Don't get out of bed.
It's the birth control, huh?
That's what I told her. I said, well, maybe he won't need to get a vasectomy.
I might not.
you did a good job, buddy.
A jizz tester. When they make those, you gotta go to the doctor.
I know you got a bad testicle.
Does he know about the First World War? Cause in class all he did was fuck a snore. He's telling us about history. History! Even though he doesn't give a damn. He don't! Tracy don't know shit about history. History with Trace, oh man.
All right, this day in history, 1556, deadliest earthquake in record history rocks China.
Really?
That's got to be, it was like
How many
a
people?
9.
How many people died?
I don't know. It was
Didn't it say deadliest?
deadliest, most, yeah.
So how many
Didn't mention
people-
how many people
Didn't
died.
mention
huh?
how many people
have a
died.
number.
Didn't mention how many people died. Have to be a lot. There's been thousands of people, I think, die in earthquakes.
Oh, yeah, I got it. It's almost 1 million people.
What?
830,000.
Man.
That's
Is that when
crazy.
they started having a lot of babies? After that, they had to
But
make up for it?
Yeah, that was in like 1500 though. It wasn't a lot of apartment houses.
Yeah,
around.
you
so
know,
it must be like spread out.
Yeah, that's good.
1,500, not very tall buildings, you
and
wouldn't
stuff.
think. Yeah,
What,
it's
they get
just,
sucked underground?
they're
or
huts.
what?
They're mud huts.
I want to know more about this Chinese earthquake in 1516.
Yeah, that's pretty intense. 800, that's a lot of people.
That's almost unbelievable. You sure you're on a legitimate site there,
Oh,
buddy?
always legitimate sites with me.
How many people are there in the world today?
8 plus billion.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I was thinking America.
8 plus billion.
It says in the
Trillion or billion?
in the
Billion?
15 because I
Billion.
was thinking how many people were alive in the 1500s. It says estimated around 200 to 300 million.
So that's,
Wow.
Yeah, that's not many.
Yeah.
That's less than the
I
United
think
States
that's what
right
they
now.
want the population down to, something like that. That I've heard that the elites are trying to get us down to that number again. I don't know. That's a conspiracy
Elon
theory.
Musk says we need more people or we won't survive. We don't have enough people.
I don't know.
I don't-
That's not true. Why wouldn't we survive? You could
Well,
survive.
you could survive.
People
You're just saying
survived
there's
all
not,
these years.
There's not enough people.
There's not enough young people to take care of the old people.
Take care of the old people. We got too many old people and not enough young people.
The Black Plague killed more than 20 million people in Europe in the 14th century.
Yeah, there was a couple bad plagues. Black Plague was that the worst one? I feel like there was one
20
more.
million. That's a lot of people, though.
That's
Still,
just, I think you wipe out most of Europe, 20 million at
Yeah.
that time.
All right.
Would COVID get like 1,000?
1,000 what?
Deaths?
No, it was a lot.
Yeah.
But there was 0 flu deaths as well, so that's a little...
It was also people that died with COVID, as opposed to
car
from
accidents.
COVID.
It's one of those things where it comes out, and you always hear the rumors. Well, they're saying everybody died of COVID. If you had COVID and you died in a motorcycle crash and you were poo-pooed, and then later on it comes out and it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
They're like, why isn't that a big deal?
Well, that's how it's like, well, that's the modern day, them lying. And that's what will be in the, in history, was how much COVID killed people and not the truth.
And no mention of the
And we
motorcycle.
lived right through something like that.
I mean, it's hard to blame the doctors. You don't know who to blame. That's why nobody gets mad about it.
Doctors
Because
are just going through the motions of what they're told.
The doctors are getting
their jobs.
Getting 30. I think they got like $15,000 to say somebody had COVID, and then like $30,000 if somebody died of COVID. So if somebody died and you're a struggling nursing home or a struggling doctor's office, you're like, well, we better say they died of COVID. They had COVID.
That's just good business practice.
Right?
I mean,
and it promotes vaccines. 3 people died of COVID. Yeah, we don't need a vaccine. 1 million people died of COVID. We need a vaccine.
Yeah. Pretty crazy, especially, and then you hear how Zuckerberg comes right out and says that the government, the Biden administration, was calling and forcing us to censor information from legitimate doctors about that didn't go along with what they wanted, and it's like, and nothing really happens.
Yeah.
Nothing happens. Fauci's already pardoned.
Yeah.
He's scot-free. He's scot-free.
Yeah,
he's
it's like,
already
what
pardoned.
do you mean the government? Who? How come they're not, nobody's ever...
he said
everybody's pardoned. You can't prosecute them.
He said the Biden administration is the ones who, probably the Department of Justice. I don't know who would actually be the guy who contacted Facebook and said, start censoring information.
I guess Mark Zuckerberg's my least, or the one guy I hate the least out of the rich. I don't know. I like Elon Musk kind of.
Why don't you hate Mark Zuckerberg?
I don't know. He talks kind of a good game, and I listen to him talk about how the government, was forcing them to do that stuff, so it's not really his fault. And he's kind of like, man, this is just too much for me. I don't know how, it's never been done before. I don't know how to put the, censor this Facebook deal. Like I don't know if I'm doing it too strong or too not strong. If and we got hundreds of thousands of people we got to hire to make sure people aren't selling drugs on Facebook, to make sure people aren't doing this. Like, it's hard to figure out how to monitor it and how much you need to dig into people's stuff to see if they're doing this and doing that or doing illegal cartel shit. And you gotta, he's like, it's fucking hard.
They say that being a moderator or one of the people that it's traumatic.
Yeah.
Because people put a lot of bad stuff on the internet that you don't want to see, and they have to see it.
Yeah.
They have to, and sometimes that's what your job all day long is, looking at horrible stuff and taking it off the internet. That would mess me up.
Yeah.
You got anything else?
But then he still
no,
but he still sounds like a robot. You know,
he looks like a robot.
Something about him, man, just really makes me not trust him.
Freaking weirdo! I'm telling you right now.
He's-
I think he stole the whole Facebook thing too, didn't he?
Yeah, that's what I've heard. He stole Facebook. The people he stole it for sued him, made a bunch of money, and invested in Bitcoin, and are now billionaires. So it worked out for them anyway.
Good for
But
them.
I was looking up the list of people that Biden,
Pardoned.
pardoned, and it has a whole list. And then at the very end of the list, it says just a little square of like pardons, and it says warrant 1, warrant 2, warrant 3, all the way down to 7. You got to click on those ones to show these
the
certain
family?
people. A lot of them were family, like James Biden, Sarah Jones Biden, Valerie Biden Owens, John Owens, and Francis Biden. It's like, who are these people, and what have they done that they
That
you
they
know?
need pardon for.
Yeah.
And
That's
how is
just,
that
you
even
know,
a thing? A
his-
preemptive pardon? How's that a thing?
It's just some distant relatives that live in a trailer park, probably.
For any, they were unconditional pardon for any nonviolent offenses against the United States, which they may have committed or taken part in during the period from January 2014 through this date of the pardon.
Just
What
so
is
happens
that?
to be when Hunter started going to China.
That's a lot of
Gosh, if
pretty
you-
shady. That's a pretty shady deal that nobody's really going to talk about or care about.
Yeah.
If you were in prison and your last name was Biden, wouldn't you be trying to sneak your way, sneak that one in there?
Yeah. It's like, hey,
Your last name's
Hey,
Biden.
I'm
You're not in
related to you.
prison.
Uncle Joe, you could probably convince him.
Uncle Joe.
All right, let's take a quick break. Come back with the Mike and Jerry Show. Thanks for listening to ClusterF. Mike and Jerry Show.
Go to the PayPal. Give us $1.
That's right. PayPal you.
yeah, get your dollar
You
in.
sons of bitches.
Sons of bitches.
We'll be right back.
Freeloaders.
Roar. Roar. Walking through forests and I'm feeling horny. One of these critters will soon be my shorty. Down by the water hole, it's crazy on Friday. Leopards are sluts as they lounge in their 90s. Deep in the bush, there's a monkey bordello. I pay $20 to watch them wrestle in jello. Cause there's bungholes in the jungle. Well, that's alright by me, yeah. Bang a tiger in his cornhole. Give a snake deadly's HPV. Hit on the sloth cause I heard they are tight. Yeah, they claw up my back. Yeah, they scratch and they bite me. Sweet talking chimp. Yeah, I massage his shoulders. He spits in my face. Yeah, I think he's bipolar. Get raped by a rhino. He says I'm a spinner. He says toss my salad. I guess that's my dinner. Well, it's bungholes in the jungle. Well, that's alright by me, yeah. Shove a viper up my bunghole. Screw an ape way up in a tree. The cheetahs are fast, but they're real fucking nasty. They said easily stick it, then they fucking flash me. Elephants are nice, but their dicks are too long. I pick up a hippo in the thong. I take some Viagra, I'm looking for poon. I'm hoping I can, but fuck a baboon. Well, it's bungholes in the jungle. Well, that's alright by me, yeah. Bang a tiger in his cornhole. Give a snake Nedley's HPV. Well, it's bungholes in the jungle. Well, that's alright by me, yeah. Shove a viper on my bunghole. Screw an ape way up in a tree. Well, it's bungholes in the jungle. Yeah, that's alright by me.
It's history with Trace, oh man. History with Trace, oh man, oh man.
does he know about the First World War? Cause in class all he did was fucking stories. Telling us about history. History! Even though he doesn't give a damn. He don't! Tracy don't know shit about history. History with Trace, oh man.
Come on, Tommy. Finish her off. Yeah. Hit it. Hit that ass! I'm almost there! I'm coming home! God bless you! I told you never to come in my bedroom when the door's locked and I'm watching the video! God bless it!
How come that girl from Baywatch doesn't have her bang suit on? What's he doing to him?
She's giving him CPR.
I thought CPR was in the mouth.
He's giving her the Heimlich maneuver.
Is he choking?
Yes, she will be. She will be.
Bible story. Noah's Ark.
What?
Noah's Ark.
Noah's Ark. All right. Well, first of all this hogwash about God making it rain for 40 days and 40 nights, that's a crock of bullshit. That flood had nothing to do with the Lord. That was just some hellacious biblical El Nino. Typical Christians taking credit for everything. So Noah builds this giant freaking ark to house every one of the millions of species on Earth. Yeah, that's believable. So he's got all these millions of animals jammed on this ark he built out of fucking Lincoln logs or something. And he spends 24/7 shoveling shit from the entire animal kingdom. And Noah's getting kind of pissed off because his brother, Joah, ain't helping out.
What were their last names?
I don't know, Blower.
Joah Blower.
That's right, Noah and Joah Blower.
That's funny.
Well, the Bible's a funny book. So Noah walks into the zebra stall one day and he finds Joah giving new meaning to the term animal husbandry.
He married a zebra?
Yeah, more like a one-night stand. And this so infuriated Noah that he called on God to smite his brother.
What's smite?
Yeah, him up. But I reckon Noah wasn't specific enough. And God made the ark hit an iceberg, sending every last living creature down to a watery grave.
That's like they Titanic.
Exactly, except Noah didn't win no fucking Academy Award.
What happened to other animals?
They all went up to heaven.
The Bible says animals don't go to heaven.
Yeah, the Bible also says Jesus fed 1,000 people with a tuna fish sandwich. Don't believe everything you read.
How come the earth has people and animals now?
That's where the aliens come in. See, aliens came down and planted us here like farmers.
What's an alien?
You know, spacemen like E.T.
E.T. phone home.
And one day they're gonna come back and harvest us.
That's not true. My mommy said I'm going to heaven.
Ah, horsehockey! Ain't nobody going to heaven. Aliens are gonna come down and eat you, cut you into little pieces and eat you, keep your mamas as sex slaves. Aliens are coming. They're gonna get you. They're gonna get you.
You're going to hell. You're going to hell, Uncle Ned.
I'll see you in hell, all of you.
Met on the side of a mountain, my only true Valentine. It's been 25 years and counting. I can't get her out of my mind, but now I just can't swallow my pride. I don't feel the same anymore. I feel something inside me has died since I caught her screwing the black guy next door.
I don't love you anymore. Happy Valentine's Day, you whore.
We met on the side of a mountain, my only true Valentine. It's been 25 years and counting. I can't get her out of my mind.
But now things aren't the same, and I know who's to blame. She can't quit spreading her legs. She banged my best friend Roy, then she blew the bag boy. Now there's just one thing I want to say. I don't love you anymore. Happy Valentine's Day, you whore. I don't love you anymore. Happy Valentine's Day, you whore. You took our love and you tore it apart. Now I'll take this pickaxe and rip out your heart. I don't love you anymore. Happy Valentine's Day, you whore. And on the side of a mountain, my only true Valentine. I killed her. Happy Valentine's Day, whore. Good morning, Mr. Rogers. It's good to see you.
Great to see you again.
Same here.
It's been a long time.
Yes, it has. Actually, the last time I talked to you, you were on trial for a fondling little boy. But of course, you paid off your parents, and now you're free as a bird. Free to continue being the sexual predator that you are, destroying countless young boys' fragile psyches.
Oh, I know it.
You and that perverted postman, Mr. McFeely.
Every time I'm with Mr. McFeely, it seems I want to smile.
Brian 2172.
They're here.
They're here. The clan has arrived. What's up? Sorry for the delay. My mom's in the hospital. She's 92.
All right.
And
Go ahead.
And that's just, so we're gonna try to do the Mike and Jerry show, but we'll see actually I gotta stop it and start it again.
And record.
Here we
Don't forget
go.
to record.
Yay, we're doing it. We're the Mike and Jerry show.
Hey, we're back.
There's nothing I can do. We're waiting. I got to wait for my sister. She's talking to the people at the hospital.
Okay.
And stuff like that.
Hopefully
so
everything will be all right.
We'll just...
92, good for her. God bless her.
She was sharp as a touch. I just saw her last week. We had coffee, and she was always so sharp for a 92-year-old. Amazing.
All right. Okay. All right. So she'll hang in there. She'll be back. She'll be there.
She's had a bad heart for so long, and the doctors are always like, "We don't know how you're doing it. You've got 20% heart function, and you've been doing that for 10 years." Excuse me. And she was she had an episode, and she went. I think she had to go to the hospital a couple months ago, and they put her on some new medication. And I went over to see her, and I was just like, man, she just looks terrible. She looks terrible. And then I saw her again, and she looked, she's still not looking good. And then I went over a week later, and she's like, I was like, wow, you look so much better. And she said, I quit taking all my medication. She said, I quit all of it. I'm not taking any of it.
Yeah.
And so Whatever happens, at least she will have enjoyed
Yeah.
as good a health as she could have. Sometimes that medication is worse than the
and
the disease.
It's just making you worse, but it's not helping. You know what I'm saying? It's not extending your life. It's just making your life worse while you're here.
I think sometimes they use old people as kind of cash cows too.
Yeah,
So
a little test things out and whatnot. You know.
Yeah, so it's always something. We got animals that are on their last days over here, and it's just the way it's life. It's a circle of life.
Yeah,
but it's, she broke her hip, and it was like probably 8 years ago or something like that, and that's usually you're an old person, but she had 2-3 hip surgeries, and she came back. She refused to use her walker and all that. She was one of those people, stubborn old gal. So
she'll make it through. She'll be fine.
So good luck, Emma Sue. I think she might be going into surgery later. So we shall see. I'll see where she is and what the plan is. My sister's good at taking care. You always need the women to just tell me what to do.
Exactly.
Tell me what to do. I don't know what to do. Let's see what I got here for the Mike and Jerry. Let's start with something positive here, Jerry.
Okay.
Here's it better be here. I'm gonna be mad. Did I lose it again? Dang it. Here we go. Here's a lesbian making a lot of sense.
Apparently it's National Coming Out Day, so I wanted to take this opportunity to encourage some of you to go back into the closet. Not everyone, just you weird ones who are ruining it for the rest of us. If you think Drag Queen Story Hour is a good idea, back in the closet. If you think transitioning minors is okay, back in the closet. If you think that teachers should have pride flags in their classrooms, back in the closet. And especially you guys who act out all your weird stuff in public, get back in the closet. Just get back in there. Apparently
it's I've always said it's like the new LGBTQ that movement is doing a disservice for the average gay person who's been accepted by society and was out there just living their life, and now they got to deal with all this bullshit.
Exactly. You got 40, 50, 60, 70-year-old gay people running around now that have been gay, and in society, in the mix, working with people, hanging out with people, this and that, and they're going, what are all these new fucking kids talking about? What are these kids talking about? What is this story hour shit? What is this and that?
It's giving us a bad name.
Is anybody coming to kill me tonight? They're telling me people are going to come and kill me. What? I've been running around here for 50 years being a lesbian.
With no problem.
No problem.
I just got married 2 years ago.
Yeah, now they're telling me somebody's going to come and kill me. She's right. You know what? Don't get back in the closet. Come out and join her. Get a little common sense. If you're going to come out, you're more than welcome. Come on out. We'll have a good time with the rest of us.
That's what I think. That's what the last election was about. It was just common sense.
Yeah.
There's nobody. When it comes to surgery on minors, people have a problem. When it comes to the average guy,
Exactly.
you can be a guy and you can wear a dress as long as you're not trying to go into the women's room. See, there's very few limitations that people expect on these things.
There shouldn't be surgery on any children that a child wants. If a child says, well, I want to be two left hands because left-handers are a minority. So I want 2 left hands. So, cock off my right. No. These children should not be making these decisions. And then if there's any parents out there that say, my 8-year-old, cut off his penis and give him a vagina, you need to lose your parentship card. You need to we're taking away your card. Sorry, you're no longer a parent. Come on.
It's just common sense. Kids, I don't think I should have made any important decisions till I was about 35.
Absolutely.
I finally got my act together, and that's how you live. Okay, I get it. That's what you do.
It's just, you gotta, you gotta react to the situation. When a situation occurs, you react to it. You know, if you wake up one day and go, okay, I'm gay. Okay, you get all right. Now, what am I going to do about it? You know, am I going to keep it a secret? Am I going to come out? You know, and if you're that person today, you're very lucky, and you should thank that person because she made it easy for you to come out. You don't have to come out screaming and kicking anymore. Just come out.
Yeah,
join the party. Just come out. Nobody, you know,
nobody cares.
Welcome to the party with the rest of us.
It's so ridiculous.
You know, I mean,
but this is to me, it's that's what the government and the media want. They don't want everybody getting along. They want division. And so we all got over the gay thing, and gay people are getting married, and nobody cared at all. So we're like, well, we got to bring this back.
Yeah.
And they're the trans and the children.
Yeah, you know, I mean, that's the wackiest thing I've ever heard in my life. Like, okay, we need to start operating on children. Are you out of your mind? You know, I like this. Okay. Well, yeah, why not? It's probably cost $80,000 or whatever.
I get it. You know,
I mean, I get that part.
It's a lot of money. I mean, it's big business.
It's business. I get that part.
It's weird that you would have plenty of doctors who are willing to do that.
Yeah,
and
because
are they that money hungry, or are they brainwashed as well?
Well, a little bit of both, because I mean, how many adults are getting transgender operations? It's not like, you know, you got to wait 6 months for the operation, probably. You know, it's like, oh, you want one next week, you know? But now you throw kids into the mix. Woo, now we're making some money. You know, now we got some business going on here. You know, so I could see that part.
And my theory is that, you know, there's Munchausen by proxy, where women who they like attention for pretending their kid's sick.
Yeah.
Well, now you can do it and not get in trouble.
Exactly.
You can go. And how is it easy to convince a child?
No, if I was 8 years old, my dad told me, you know, hey, look at that kid over there. He's cool. You know, look at that boy. You know, what do I know? Yeah, Dad, whatever you say is right. You know, I mean, absolutely. Yeah. You know, up is down, down is, you know, whatever. So yeah.
You can always see these women online, and they're making videos with their a lot of times it'd be their son, and the dad's sitting there going, yes, we support him. Yes, and he's like, man, you got to stick up for yourself, but you can't be letting that happen to your son.
Exactly. Just let nature take its course, and that's that. Yeah, you know what? I like this girl here. I'm sure I don't know how old she is. She looks maybe 40. I don't know. Maybe younger, maybe older.
Yeah, 35, 40.
Oh, okay. I'm sure somewhere along the line she received a little abuse somewhere. You know? Look at that. She made it. Look at that. She made it. You know? It wasn't right? No, of course it wasn't right. But you know what? All hell didn't come to, you know. She made it. She's fine. She's out there. She's great. Good for her.
She looks like she might whip your ass, too.
Probably that, too, maybe. I don't know.
If I just want to, let's see.
You know, that was one of the great parts of his inaugural speech. You know, there's only two genders, male and female. And it is. I don't, you know, you can't, nobody can prove to me that there's a third anywhere.
It's almost laughable that a president had to say
it. Exactly right. He has to say it. That he had to put it into an inaugural speech.
Almost preposterous. If you looked 30 years ago, it was like there's going to be a president saying that. You were like,
what the hell? I'm not voting for that guy. How stupid is he that he has to even say that?
Why would he even say that?
Yeah.
All right, now this one you gotta. This is a minute long. You gotta stick with it. All right. Stick with this one till the end.
I hate the American flag, so I have taken it
Stick with it.
upon myself to redesign it. And if you're wondering what makes me qualified for that, well, Betty Ross was only 24 years old when she designed the original American flag, which obviously is outdated and has been updated since. And now I think it's time for another update. So immediately, let's get rid of the red, because we don't need to remind the world of all the blood we have on our hands. There are 13 stripes to represent the 13 original colonies and 50 stars to represent the 50 states. I would keep those if we had a representative democracy, but we don't. So let's keep the essence of stars and stripes, but let's make it 2 stripes to represent the Democratic and Republican Party that control our government.
You gotta wait for it.
Yeah, I know.
And we'll just make it 1 star because it is one nation after all. But I want to throw in triangles to kind of give the Illuminati shadow government vibe. So here's the final rendering. This, I feel like, fully encaptures what our government truly represents. I would love to hear some feedback, some constructive criticism. What do you?
I think that's a big problem. I think we need to worry about our country before we even think about aiding and doing all this stuff. It doesn't matter. I don't care about Guam. I don't care about Chad. I don't care about Israel. I care about this country first.
First,
and
America first.
We need to quit giving all this money to all these countries and quit supporting. It should be illegal for foreign entities to lobby our Congress.
America, and again, it's already started to where, you know what, we're not giving any more money to Ukraine, and Ukraine and was drill baby drill. So now European countries can start coming to us for oil. So Russia's going to be losing a little money there. So Ukraine losing money, Russia losing money. Oh, there's rumors of peace talk between Russia and Ukraine. Yeah, because we're not causing them to get money. So right away, all of a sudden, we're talking about peace here. We have, so-called a truce in Israel with hostages coming back and this and that.
If Trump wraps up this Ukraine war in the first month, which he could do, it doesn't matter. If it wraps up and he's the president, then he's responsible for it, and that's a really good thing. I don't know if he'll get the credit. Yeah, that's what we want. We want this stupidity in this world to end.
And this is how, and it's already started, and this is how it's going to happen. He's going to stop giving money to Ukraine, and Europe is going to stop giving money to Russia by buying their oil. So Russia's going to run out of money. Ukraine's going to run out of money. Neither one of them going to have money to fight. And they go, let's end this shit. Let's get everybody back home. Take their ball and go home. And that's it.
And it's going to end up exactly how it was
when it started.
When it started.
Less 2 million people, whatever.
And have accomplished nothing except laundering a lot of money and slaughtering a lot of innocent people on both sides. Because, for some reason, I get a lot of Ukrainian feeds, and they're always showing these Russian soldiers getting blown up, and they're like, these evil bastards. Like, the soldiers on almost every side of you, they're just dudes. The North, the South, in the Civil War, the Germans, they're just dudes being told to go kill people.
They're the enemy. Shoot them, kill them. They're the enemy. Kill them.
For them, we're the evil people.
Civil War, North, South, evil.
Brother upon brother.
Yeah, North was evil, South was evil. Depending on what side of the border you were on. That's the great thing about war is that you got 17 and 18-year-olds. Do 20 push-ups. Now go kill somebody. That's the great thing about war. You got a bunch of kids fighting it.
Because you can't convince.
You're not going to convince me to go.
I ain't doing that shit. For him.
You know what? Stop, drill some freaking oil, and they'll stop buying the gas from him. Stop giving him fucking money, and they'll stop going to war with him. Simple as that. Nobody killed.
I mean, if the war in Ukraine is ended, then it doesn't matter if like a lot of people, Trump's going to usher in all this bad stuff, and all this stuff is a front. Well, at least we'll be getting some good stuff. I'm ready for some good news. I'm ready for some good stuff to be happening. If the war ends, the DEI hires have all been frozen. They're done. They're laid off. With some severance, and it's like, well, that's how it should have been.
That's exactly it. Listen, and they're going to go, listen, we got this job out here, this other government job. You want it? No? Okay, you're fired. That's it. We have this other job. It's not DEI, but it's another job. Transportation, whatever, this, that. You want it? No, you don't want it? Okay, you're fired. That's all. Simple as that. They're not throwing them out the door. You know, oh, you're DEI, you're fired. No, you're right now. You're on leave. You're sitting home getting paid. But somewhere along the line, somebody's going to come in and go, okay, we got these other jobs for you.
If you're
Pick one.
if you're qualified.
If you're qualified,
Yeah.
okay. We looked at your resume. These are the jobs that we feel you're qualified for. Take one. No, you're fired. Sorry, we're not paying you to sit home. You know?
And you know, it's right. Give them some severance. Hey, somebody offered me one of these cushy DEI jobs. I'd be taking it too and moving my family somewhere. And then, oh shit, the jig's up. At least give them a little severance.
Yeah, you know, I mean,
not their fault.
Yeah, it's the federal government. You know they're going to give away money, so that goes without saying. It's the federal government. They're going to give away some money, you know. But at some point, you know, you can't have them sitting home for 20 years, you know, collecting
No,
a check.
you get your
So,
standard-
you know, somebody with some common sense in the government's going to go, okay, we got, you know, whatever, say it's 1,000 people. We got 1,000 people sitting home collecting checks doing nothing. What jobs do we have open in the federal government? Boom. All right, let's break it down. Let's look at their resumes. Let's see what they qualify for. Let's see, okay, apply for jobs. When they apply for jobs, all right, there you go. You want it? Nope. You're fired. Simple as that. Check stops, whatever, March 14th, you know.
So at least, I mean, you know, the two genders, DEI is gone. Well, maybe the Ukraine war is
You
next.
know,
That's all good. That's all good things for everybody.
Yesterday or the day before, when he was talking about AI, Trump was talking about AI, and he had this guy Altman and this other. He had three guys there, three, I guess, top AI people. I don't know, some Oriental guy and stuff, and he was like, you know what? If I don't approve this. What is it? Not Snapchat. What is it?
TikTok?
TikTok is worth nothing. If I approve it, it's worth $1 billion. So why isn't the federal government getting half? And he looked at the three guys, you know, because they're the ones who are going to make the money.
Yeah.
And he looked at him and goes, if I say no, it's zero. If I say yes, it's $1 trillion. Why is not the federal government getting $500 billion? You need to think about that before we go along. You know what? Biden would have said, what's my cut? You know, Biden would have said, you know, okay, get my brother, somebody go in the back room, make a deal with him. But he's right out in front of the public, right on national TV. He's going, it's worth $1 trillion. Why isn't the federal government getting half? And if I say no, it's zero. Right there, he's making a deal right there. Now, whether or not he gets a half or maybe a quarter or a third, who knows? But he's talk about transparency. I mean, right there, he's saying it. And then the guy also, it almost sounded like, Trey should be here for this. It sounded like Star Trek. I mean, the guy's going like, with cancer, we're this far away from looking at cancer and looking at the blood cells and determining way before it shows up now. With AI, we could see in the blood cells that, yeah, you have a cancer, and we could come up with a cure for that cancer before it even starts or gets into your system. And then the next step after that is checking your DNA to see if you're susceptible to cancer in the future so that we could treat it right now and that you don't get it. I mean, it was like a Star Trek thing where the guy, you know, what's the doctor's name? When he comes out with the recorder and stuff, and he goes up and down with your body and goes, okay, you got this wrong and that wrong. I mean, it was like the future in front of you. And you go, yeah, you know what? AI isn't so bad. Yeah, can it go bad? Of course it can.
Yeah, a lot of the things you're talking about, they're mRNA vaccines for cancer, and it's like I don't know if I trust.
That's what I'm saying.
I trust Big Pharma with it.
Yeah, you look at I don't trust Big Pharma because Big Pharma isn't going to cure anything. Big Pharma's only going to treat it. Big Pharma's going to put you on a monthly dosage of something so they get their money. You know what this guy's talking about is getting it before it even comes. Like taking a blood test and going, you know what, you're susceptible to cancer. Here you go, boom. And now, you know, take the pill, whatever it is, the shot, and then that's it. As opposed to going for chemo, going for radiation, going for this, going for that, going for all this other crap where they get you up front and knock it out. And yeah, you know,
I don't.
Now there's your side where they go, no, we'll just treat it, you know.
But I mean, this if they ever do come up with a cancer, would it seem like it would be more in what you're talking about, more gene related and more how we would treat it? You could only hope. I can't see them coming up with a vaccine for cancer that cured cancer and took away all their money and
that's what I'm saying.
And didn't screw you up. Just like Ozempic, they're finding out the Ozempic is like not so, it'll shrink your heart muscles.
Exactly. Well,
but
and again,
if you got,
but at least that's coming out. It is coming out. Like, you got all these people that are taking it and like, okay, now, and maybe that's part of it. Now you got to take something to get your muscle back up in your heart. I don't know. Now you got to take another medication. But it was very, out front. Here he is on national TV saying, here it is. This is what AI, this is what we could do. This is what it'll cost. Maybe we'll make some money on it. He didn't say, well, maybe, maybe the Trump family, we can get in on this or anything. No, it's like, here, federal government, they should get half of it. That's the difference. And hopefully, down the road, same thing with all these other guys, all this, I'm waiting for Kennedy to get approved. I can't wait to his dogs haven't been unleashed yet. He's getting like, I get one guy got approved so far of his cabinet.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the rest of the dogs to get let loose. Kennedy, I want to see what he does.
If Kennedy can get through.
Yeah, well, I don't hear too much against him on the Republican side. Naturally the Democrats aren't involved. But that's what I'm saying. I can't, this is 3-4 days and he's already started shit. Wait till the dogs get loose and they start going. Kennedy's not afraid to talk in front of the TV. Wait till he gets in front of the 6 o'clock news. It should. I'm looking forward to it.
It's because you do see some positive things. Some positive things happening, but I just can't. I can't believe that. Okay, the Congress, the government in D.C. is so entrenched and so powerful, and does not want anything to change. If you're a senator, a congressman, or this, you don't want anything to change because you're getting stock tips, you're getting rich, you got power, you got all this stuff. How is this happening when nobody in Washington wants this? They don't want to trim the waste. They don't want to stop the spending. They don't want to stop government. They don't want any of it. But it's all happening. That's why I distrust it. But I've still got an open mind because what else were we going to do?
Yeah, exactly.
Who else was going to change it? Nobody. Nothing ever changes. This is at least even if it's not real, but it's some things are good things are going to come about regardless because they have to Trump has to make good things happen.
Yeah.
He's got no choice.
And you're going to, like you see, like if you look at his cabinet, all these hopeful appointees and stuff, there's a shitload of young people in there. I'm not meaning 20, but I mean like 30s and 40s and 50s, as opposed to it's 60, 70, and 80-year-olds. And I think some of them again, they're gonna go out there and talk and open their mouth, and we'll find more out. Like, these guys are making money on the market, and there's well, you know what? We need to get rid of that shit, and maybe people start voting those people out. Because a lot of people don't know that. A lot of Nancy Pelosi, this and that, Chuck Schumer, and the Republicans too. Same thing with the Republicans. They're all making inside information on
and
the
it's
market.
illegal.
For them, it's legal.
For them,
it's legal.
For them, it's illegal.
For me, it's not legal. For me, I can't even invest. I can't even invest my money if I want to.
You're not rich enough.
I'm not rich enough. That's exactly. I looked it up. I got the thing and everything like that. Oh, the FCC, Federal Trade Commission and all this shit. It's to protect me. Bullshit, it's to protect me. I want to make 10% like you do, but you don't want me in. That's all it is. It's all it is. It's just to keep me out. And that's it. And that's what I got to find out how to get into Trump's office because I know he would be against this because he wants people to invest. He wants everybody to invest. And they say, oh, no, you can't invest because you don't have enough money. You need $1 million. You got to be liquid, $1 million, which I'm sure there's a shitload of people in America that have that, but I'm not one of them. But you know what? I can lose a little money and I'm not homeless. So you don't need to protect me. If I want to lose $5,000, $10,000, leave me alone because I can watch freaking football every day and bet every commercial.
They're not interested in protecting you. They just don't want to be bothered by your chump change.
Well, maybe that's it. I mean, there are minimums, but I'm telling you, Mike, like the one, there was a $50,000 one, and like, okay, that's not, but there was like $5,000 bonds, and you had to buy 5 $1,000 bonds, and I wasn't allowed to. You're not allowed to. You're not accredited. I'm like, what is that? What are you protecting me from $5,000? You're just keeping me out of the club. That's all it is.
Keeping you out of the club.
Oh no, we're there to protect you, so you don't. Bullshit! I could go and buy Bitcoin and then $5,000 and lose it tomorrow.
They're just keeping you out of the
They're
club.
just keeping
buddy.
me out of the club, and that's Republican and Democrat. But I think if Trump heard about this, he'd do something about it. But yeah, like I said, I'm looking forward to a lot of these guys coming out, and I'm looking forward to Kennedy, seeing what he does with the food and all this shit, and why we have to have so many preservatives in our food and whatnot. And, Europe doesn't, or Asia doesn't. Why do we have to have it? Food and Drug Administration.
It's been going on for so many years, and you always hear about how this is banned in Europe, this is banned in Europe, but it's not banned. They have warning labels in Europe. In America, they passed laws so you can't put warning labels on the food. It's like, that's messed up.
Exactly.
I like what Trump did. I think he revoked John Bolton's security clearance.
Yes.
That guy's I mean, and Trump came out and said it. He said, this guy's a warmonger, and he's terrible, and all he does is he blew up the Middle East. I like what he said, too. He said, I used him because when he followed me into a room, the other countries were scared that we were going to go blow him up. And I've always hated that guy. That guy's a piece of crap. And it's good to hear somebody saying the truth, that we went to the Middle East, and what did we get out of it? Trump said, a bunch of dead bodies.
Yeah.
That's what we got out of it.
Yeah.
So,
you got a little satisfaction for the trade towers, Twin Towers, I guess, or whatever. You had to have some sort of answer for that, but
not the answer we did.
Not the answer we got. I mean, it was nice seeing the 6 o'clock news of us blowing up some Jeep going across the desert or whatever. But I mean, we didn't solve any problems
at all. The Iraq War, that didn't even need to be a part of the equation. So get the neocons like him, get him out of there, and we'll see. He seems very anti-war. Seems that peace through strength is what you do, and I don't know. That's what we didn't have any wars for 4 years when he was there.
I know, and it already looks like he's solving the one in the Ukraine and in the Middle East. But I guess he's not making, maybe his deal is, okay, they blew everything up. I'm a real estate guy. Maybe I can go into Ukraine and the Middle East and start building houses. Maybe that's where Trump's making his money, in real estate. Maybe that's it. Maybe that instead of making money on selling arms and for missiles and planes and stuff, he's going to make it on apartment houses. I don't know. But at least 18-year-old and 19-year-olds aren't getting killed. That's all I know under Trump. If that's his thing, at least we're not killing kids. You know.
I mean, you pick your poison. I'll take this poison.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
wasn't really happy with the last poison.
Yeah, I mean, again, I mean, okay, nobody's getting killed. Shutting down the border. We're shutting it down. Boom, shutting it down. We're going to round some people up. Oh no, you can't do that. Yes, we can. No, yeah, we can, and we will. Was it Holman? He's rounding them up. Yeah, good for you. Round them up.
It's like the birthright citizenship thing. If you listen to one side, it's like, oh, well, it's terrible. It's always been, you're born in the USA. You are blah blah blah. No other country does it. It's stupid. It's stupid. Just because you're born here. And your parents are illegal. That shouldn't. When we ship your parents back, you go with them. You go with them. Exactly. We don't want to break up your family. We want you to go with them.
Keep the family together. And the other thing is, as long as I remember, I guess when we had problems, You know, whether it was the 60s, 70s, 80s, you know, well, you know what, we got to form a committee. Let's see what we're going to do. You know, we have to redo immigration. You know, we have to redo law enforcement, this and that. You know, let's have a committee and see what they're going to do and sit down and talk. And we're so used to things not getting done. I mean, we're so used to having a problem and saying, well, okay, let's discuss it now. Let's see what we're going to do. Obviously, there's people that want to come into this country more than, well, we got to open up the borders or whatever. You know, we're so used to things not getting, problems not being solved. And this guy comes along and goes, I got a solution. Shut the border. I got a solution. Stop giving them money. I got a solution. We'll drill oil and sell oil to their customers so they don't have money. I have solutions. Here it is. And I'm going to do it. And he's doing it. And people are not used to that. Because I'm not used to it. I've been here a long time. I am not used to that. Where somebody says, okay, this is what we're going to do, and we're going to do it. And he's doing it.
Because generally nothing gets done at all.
Exactly.
And the only thing
they talk about it,
and you know, I try to keep an open mind and have a positive thing, but it's like they normally don't. You know, the reason nobody does it is because they don't let you do it.
Absolutely, they want to have a, you know, let's hire some people. Let's hire my brother-in-law. Let's hire this. Let's get this firm. Hire this firm, giving 10% of that. What we're giving you of this and that. Everybody's making a kickback. This guy goes, I got a solution. We're going to build a wall. Is it going to keep 100% of the people out? No, but it will knock down to 90%. Okay? I got a solution for it, and he does. I got a solution for the crime problem. Keep people in jail. I got a problem for the illegal immigration problem. Deport them. And that's what he does. And he's doing it. He says something, and he's doing it.
But many times, someone like that, it doesn't end up well for them, if you know what I mean.
Exactly.
JFK didn't end up well for him. So if he continues to do it and they let him do it, it makes me think that they're just letting him do it to pacify us while they're actually doing something more devious.
And you should think that way because you have never lived with somebody like this guy. In your lifetime, when you were born, I don't know who was president, Nixon, Kennedy, whatever. I don't know who was president back then. But in your lifetime, there hasn't been a guy like this. I'm going to do this. And not, okay, give me a little time to settle into my office and this and that. Day one, he started. Day one. Now, you know, does he have a subplot of what he's really doing and making millions of dollars? I don't know. But so far, I'm happy. You know what?
And there's, you know, me included, there's tons of people out there, you know, who are naysayers. And I've always been the naysayer. It doesn't matter. Trump,
and you should be because you've never seen anybody do anything.
But I see all the naysayers and they're like, you're stupid if you think. And I was like, yeah, you probably are. But you can't blame people from thinking, I got to have hope in something. And this is the only hope this country has of change. It's not going to, if nothing happens here, it's not going to ever happen.
And I agree with you.
If I'm foolishly hoping, it doesn't matter. I'm still going to hope. I've got a little bit of evidence it might be some good things happening. So I'm going to continue to hope and hope that things get better for my children and my grandchildren's sake.
And I agree with you that the Republicans and the Democrats, they don't give two shits about us. But this is how stupid they are. This guy's only got 4 years. He can't run again. He's only got 4 years. It's not like the last time we can run it. He's only got 4 years, and majority of the people voted him in. So obviously they kind of like what he's doing. So whether you're a Democrat or a Republican, you may not agree with him, but kind of jump on board with some of the big ticket items like immigration or crime, okay? Or I don't know, what else, fentanyl, drugs, stuff like that. Because that's not something in 4 years, whether you're a liberal or a conservative. If you voted for Biden or you voted for Trump, in 4 years from now, well, I'm not going to vote for you because you were against crime, or I'm not going to vote for you because you were against illegal immigration, all right? So 4 years, he's out. In 4 years, if everything's going cool in 4 years, I'm on that ticket. I ran with him. I agree with him. So you vote for me. I'm all with this guy. And then he's out, so now I can be whatever the hell I want to be again. All right? Just go along with the program for 4 years. Okay? That's all you got to do. It's only 4 years. No, they're fighting right off the bat. They're fighting them. You know, oligarch and this and that. Just, you know what? Just go. Yeah, I'm against crime. I'm not saying you have to vote yes or whatever it is. Yeah, just go. Yeah, I'm against crime. Yeah, I'm against war. Yeah, that's all. And in 4 years from now, if you're a Democrat and Trump was, what greatest presidency ever. Yeah, I voted along with him on that. That's it. And now he's gone. But no, these people, because you're right when you say they don't give two shits about us. All they're doing is trying to make money on the market and make money for their families or whatever else they could steal from us. I agree with you 100% on that. But for the next 4 years, man, I'm going with this guy. And let me tell you something. Somewhere along the line, we got to sue the SEC. And I didn't forget about no tax on Social Security either, because I will bitch about that.
All right, well, got some things to take care of, so we're going to check out a little early today.
Yes.
And, you know, I like everything I know tells me, you know, that this is all a ruse and nothing's going to get better. But I still have hope. I still have hope, Jerry. I've seen some positive things. And what else are you going to do? Just live your life in a negative morass of blah, blah. Hey, he did some good things.
Exactly. You know what? You weren't happy for 4 years. Now, for the next 4 years, if you're happy and you don't get nothing, at least you were happy.
I'm way happier this week than I was
last 4 years.
At any time during the last 4 years. So we got that going for us. But at least we got some entertainment as well. And Ned in your head tomorrow morning, 7:45. Thanks for tuning in to ClusterF and the Mike and Jerry Show. Everybody have a great day.
Good luck with Mom.
All right, thank you. And thanks for coming down, Jerry. Good show as always. See you guys.